And that's perfectly fair, right? I
Yeah.
would also like to create things. It's just I don't think that my things that I create in the long term hold up to a great deal of scrutiny, right? Because I tend to put things out there as guidelines, and like I'm perfectly fine pulling strings to get you to go more one way or the other. And when you're writing something out, you're really trusting that somebody else can do that. And I don't have faith that they can with the material that I've given them to work with.
Uh,
It's like I've given them the iron and I'm expecting them to make a hammer out of it.
you see, what I do is I make giant undead insect carapace mech suits that you can pilot like a spelljammer.
Dope.
That's what I spent 2 weeks ago making.
But
You know
like,
that thing where robots have the thing where the little rockets pop out and they have like the scrambler missiles?
yeah.
Those are just wands of magic missiles set into an array on the back of the carapace.
Pretty good.
So you go through and little magic missiles fly out and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be sweet.
That does sound fun. But yeah,
Yeah.
I want to monetize the hobby. And I was trying to figure out like, hey, what price is it am I going to set that would actually be viable to me? Anything less than 20 is not viable. Right? Because we're talking if you play for 4 hours, there's at least an hour or two of prep time. That's 6 hours of work. That is not my wage. Right? And even if I got it up to like the bare minimum I would even consider, which is 20, then I go the other way around. I'm like, okay, that means somebody's paying $80 a month to be in my game. Is my game worth $80 a month? And the market says yes, but my ethics says probably not.
No. Yeah.
Sam shouted yes. You may not have heard her.
The guy I know
That's
who's
why
running
Sam suddenly has inspiration.
has night blindness, so he can't work most jobs because he can't drive like any time other than like high noon. Can't drive if it's cloudy. Like he's basically legal. Actually, he is legally blind.
Yeah, okay.
Right. You can still own a license if you're legally blind in some circumstances, though. So,
Yes,
yeah.
he's only allowed to drive from like 10 a.m. to like I think it's like 3 p.m. It's like nothing, no amount of hours. So he decided to do this instead.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
like,
it's like 20 or 25, and then if you bring multiple people, you get discounts or whatever. So
I would like to, and like Trit and I really like tried to theory craft it. We were like, okay, well, you wouldn't want to do a homebrew unless you were really confident in your homebrew. So you'd probably want to do a module. That way the expectation is all out there. Like there's nobody that can be
Yes.
confused about what they're getting into. And it's like, okay, well, how do you find 4 people that are wealthy enough to pay $20 every session, 80 bucks a month, that also haven't played like Curse of Strahd?
Right.
That's
Like
his
it
most
just gets
popular
harder and
module.
harder. Yeah.
I think he has 3 Curse of Strahd games.
Who? Your buddy?
Yeah, this is his full-time job because he can't legally work like anywhere else.
Yeah, no, I'm not criticizing. And honestly, like, if you get off a start playing and you do it through PayPal or something, like, you're tax-free, $80 a day is
You're-
not a
you're
bad
not.
home.
PayPal is not tax-free. Let me tell you, as somebody who takes commission invoices through
That's
PayPal.
because you're not having them send it to you as a gift, and that's a
I
rookie
do.
fucking move.
I fucking do that. PayPal knows they've got algorithms and shit to like find you out.
That's not the same. You got figured out. That doesn't mean that that it's not the right advice.
All I'm saying is you should take payments on separate platforms.
Wait, are
take the
gifts not
payment-
taxable in the U.S.? I'm pretty sure they're taxable in Canada.
Small gifts are not taxable, but it depends. Because like every time I've commissioned an artist, they always make you send it as a gift because they
Yeah.
don't want to pay taxes. Which I get it.
Okay.
Like, hey,
I don't want to pay taxes either.
Yeah, I think
criticize.
that
So
was
what I
reasonable
did was,
person
when I hit,
wants to pay
like-
taxes.
Even because I get them as gifts too, but even like when I get to the point where it's like I've made $540 on that account, I switch to a different account. I accept payments on those, like on a separate Cash App one, and I try and just get it under the legal limit, in addition to the gift thing,
yeah.
which
can
worked for
also-
last year.
You can also, if you count it as a hobby, you can get some tax breaks on it too. but you have to make it's a really low number. It's like less than $2,000.
Yep, but if you make more than 600, then you have to pay taxes. If you've made money on it.
Let's see. I have OBS is running. I see a bunch of names in here. Yammy, hi Yams.
Ah,
I heard that you're having a revolt. I'm sorry about your revolt.
yeah, it's the pendulum keeps swinging back and forth. I'm like, well, clearly this is but actually,
Wait, so like there's like a worker strike?
it's a player's strike.
Player strike? Wait, what's happening?
Yami was such a good DM that his players decided to pay him nothing, including time. Okay, I might not be telling the story right.
Huh? What?
What?
Is this the thing you were talking about magic items earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's just hear it again, because I want to complain about it with you. It sounds like some bullshit.
All right, we
but
gotta
I
make
get
it
the
quick
whole
because
thing.
we're already getting a late start.
All right, the short version. Someone wants to quit. I asked why and if we could talk to other players to try to make it so they don't quit, because quitting sucks. There is a very distinct problem character, possibly player, that it's pretty much an agreement. They're a detriment overall to the party.
And in case he's being too subtle, he is clearly talking about Kevin.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
definitely playing it. Totally.
And so now I'm just trying to hash things out, see what everybody's goals are and all that stuff. But the one that quit is said they focus on character progression. Okay, sure. But then also said something along the lines of gear is an indicator of what they've accomplished, and that means it hasn't been much. And I'm just like, I give them so much, so many magic items.
Yeah, but that's not enough.
Yeah, but let's
Apparently.
be real. Ring of Chinese finger trapping isn't really a magic item. Great.
That's bullshit. Those are called magic manacles.
Like, it's great, but, 37 pairs of them is...
I say you give
Hey.
that player a matching ring with another ring in the party, and it's cursed, so that anybody who sees it thinks they're married.
What about some of the, cheesy, scam magic items? Like, the ring of extra spell attunement slot takes one slot of spell attunement.
I gave them so there's the coin of good luck or whatever or something, which gives you bonuses to I think all ability checks. It's like bonus 1.
Like a luck
So
stone.
stone of good luck, yeah.
Yeah, stone of good luck. Yeah. Well, it's actually the stone of ill luck, so it does the opposite, and they don't know.
Like if they're a dwarf, give them a dwarven ring of burning, which sets the nearest dwarf on fire.
Right.
There's ways to have fun with this. Like, I am of the opinion that when your players start to bother you, you should punish them.
Yeah, but then they embrace it.
Healthy
Norse
attitude.
carries around a sword for 4 weeks.
Like, I think the social contract is that, you should treat the DM like he's a man-child, because he is. And
Well,
just,
I mean, he's a grown man playing make-believe with his
It's-
friends at night. So.
right.
It's
yeah.
less about making me mad because I don't really care. It's more about the party themselves are starting to bicker and break off.
Oh, I segued. I was talking about me. I'm the man
Oh.
child. Please treat me like a man child.
Yeah,
No, you have too
Yeah,
much
Tony, that
emotional
wasn't
growth for
exactly
that.
veiled
Yeah,
there.
I've been researching all these scam magic items because my players are getting ready to enter Avernus. So, surprise.
Tell
Do
us
we
more
all-
about these.
Do we all DM? Are we all DMs here? Kevin, you gotta work on this.
One of these things is not like the other.
And her name is
one of those
Sam.
things is Canadian.
It's true. I'm not a DM. I'm Canadian. Not a woman, so Sam's got that one. But
Alright, Yami. Do you want to play a new game on Mondays? We'll talk about it after the session. Don't worry about it.
Honestly,
So,
Yami, if you say yes, I will be upset.
Trying to carve out time to play the video games.
The Vidya?
yeah,
All
I'm
right.
turning into Kujas.
I do apologize. I have had a very unpleasant couple of days with the parasite and all that, but I have managed to catch up this evening for some times for some Dungeons and Doorknobs. Who would like to give a recap? There is inspiration available.
I will do this thing.
You weren't there.
Well, I'm going to talk about the misfiling of weapon contracts and the whole debacle that happened between transferring to a new unit, and like it turns out that I was sort of bypassed to the chain of command, but none of my commanders had signed off the sudden promotion, but it came from the high watch, so nobody really knew what to do about that.
Nope, you're trusting people don't work. Can't do it.
No, not the recap everyone wanted.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I thought you just listened to the VOD and like you just knew.
Has it been posted yet?
Nope.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
Really?
I worked 120 hours over 3 cities in 7 days. I did not listen.
I mean, you had time on your flights. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. They got you there, bud.
I think I could hear the eye roll.
It's going to listen right now.
If you don't
Took Sam
immediately
with
just
him.
like pass out on a plane, you're doing it wrong. I just sit down in a plane and I buckle my thing and I'm just fucking out.
Unfortunately, the plane rides were planning network deployments, adopting switches from the last network deployment.
Still working.
Yep, still working.
It should be
I mean, if
illegal
you
to
had
work
done
on a
it
plane.
right the first time,
You should get like
Wait, I didn't-
triple
so actually
time if
nothing
you
went
have to
wrong.
work on a fucking plane.
Yeah, I'll make my complaint to HR. I'm sure they'll hear.
Give them my phone number. I'll fucking tell them what for.
Most of the time, I don't work on planes. Like the flight home, I watched a movie and read a book. Fuck you.
Time you could have spent watching a video.
I could have, but I didn't.
Anyway,
Hooray! So the real recap, 10 minutes later, is
So we fought some on-kegs who spat acid at us.
Many times. They only rolled 6s.
No, they
I-
totally don't spit acid.
Yeah, I definitely managed to hypnotize 2 of them, which then Yami promptly woke one up. But I also fucking immediately, I didn't want to say anything, and then you did it. And then I also definitely put Ren and Nova into hypnosis when I didn't need to. At least, well, one of them at least. And then failed to extract any of their glands, which disgusted Nova, I remember.
shocking
I
no
have
one.
double your bonus on that, by the way. I just wanted to let you know afterwards.
You what?
I have double your bonus for that check.
Motherfucker. Could have helped, but fuck that. I remember also at some point there was talk of Ren having fisted an ogre. Or
That is
stuck-
not what happened.
yeah,
stuck
like
an
I
ogre, giant, something like that.
I don't remember this.
I don't remember when this happened, but I remember that it happened because I made a comment about having been inside a
Mhm.
goat, which is a typical, animal
Kevinism.
husbandry thing, on a farm. But yeah,
You
sure,
do-
we'll go with that.
So you do actually have to like fist cows sometimes for their
Yeah.
health. Sometimes you have to reach in and like literally pull shit out of them.
Go up the ass, and that's how they do like exams for
A lot of things.
Pregnancy
Way
and
more
shit,
things than you think.
a
As someone
lot.
who has castrated a bull, it's not fun.
I'm actually not gonna let you guys normalize this behavior. You're both
What? I
fucking
worked
weird.
on a
Farming
farm when I was a
what?
kid. What do you? My uncle had a cattle farm. What do you want from me?
You're both weirdos. Move on.
I
An
mean,
explanation for what had happened was, because this needs context, Blake. Nova was surprised that Ren realized this guy who is the head of the mining group, whose name is like, is
Rust
very
a
similar
Man,
to
eh?
Rust a Man. Yeah,
this Rustamane.
yeah. Was like real hardcore interested. Given the smolder, the smolder, given the smolder to oh, what the fuck is Kevin's name?
Parthenos.
I keep wanting to say Asterios, and that's not at all correct.
Oh,
yeah,
that's the
don't
bull
worry
from
about it.
Hades, yeah.
Is it? Well, I
think
didn't
so.
even realize that. So Arthenos and Nova, the fuck me eyes, right? Like bedroom eyes, like I'm interested in pursuing this, like predator look. Then Nova talked shit to him, and he was like, all right, that one's out. So then it was just Arthenos left. And then Ren made a comment about it afterwards, and Nova was surprised that he knew what sex was.
Oh, fuck,
So
I
he-
forgot this.
Yeah, so he's like, oh no, the squires, dude, the squires fuck. They're like all over each other. I've been elbow deep in one, and she was like, "What do you mean you were elbow deep in somebody?" I was like, "Oh, she was a half giant. Like, it's fine."
It was not fine.
I thought we
That's
moved
fine.
on. I just realized you were still trying to talk about the ogre.
He literally said he was giving context for this. What are you surprised for?
I was like, okay, we're done, and I tuned right back out, and I was just hearing words fly by, and I'm like, all right,
You
any
said we
second
were
now,
done with the animal husbandry.
Any
This is
second
a
now.
different topic.
and then the girls never came.
Oh, so New Zealanders, right?
What?
So anyways,
You take control of this.
I
Steer us
can't.
back.
I can't do anything until the recap is done.
Yeah, so
The prisoner of the week.
we sounded off some trumpets and whatnot when going to meet the head of this mining camp, the Iron Prince, Rust Amane. And he was very amused by these magical trumpet sounds. I don't remember exactly how that whole situation went, because Arthanos was sweating bullets the entire time, because this was a formal situation. He's not accustomed to that.
Went pretty well.
Nova did a lot of talking. Ren did some talking. I can't remember if it was more or not. Anyway, we went away, but as we were leaving, he invited Arthanos to dinner, which immediately made Arthanos uncomfortable. But because then you'd have to, one-on-one in a social situation. But when I went away, we did some gathering of information, because this Rusty man wants us to deal with a spirit in a mine. Turns out there used to be a tree, and now there's some sort of nature spirit that's fucking with the mining. He sent mercenaries in. They haven't done shit. They're basically just, think of like a contractor. They're probably just padding it out to get more money. But we got to go in there and deal with it. So we gathered some information, not wanting to offend our host, who may decide to make a deal with the Dragon Queen's armies. What is it? Dragon armies. Instead of us, figured better not offend him. So Arthanos went to dinner. After setting up some rudimentary, if I send the cat out, please come help.
That's what followed you.
With Nova. Nova had, of course, wished that I had left the cat out so that she could play with it and ignore Arthanos entirely. Went up for dinner. There was a plethora of food on the table, and wasting no time, this guy made it fairly clear that he wanted Arthanos to be a servant in many ways to him for 10 years, because that's not much time for an elf, and then invited his other servants over to explain how well paid they were. Which, I mean, if there's one thing you want to believe, it's someone's slave telling them that the master is a good person.
Indentured servant.
Yeah, Arthanos was very uncomfortable with this, asked for time to decide, and then left. And the whole time, Gex was peering in the window like some fucking voyeur pervert.
And the guy noticed me.
And yeah, Rustamon made eye contact.
If
You
he
know
doesn't
what
mind
this
being
is.
watched, who knows?
Little bit of a more extensive breakdown. He said that we had 1 day basically to either enslave the dryad, or I think it's a dryad, the spirit, the primordial thing that's down there, with this crystal. And Rin just flat out told him no, that he doesn't believe in slavery. So then, he gave us time to basically find an alternative. 1 day before the dragon army can come and kill it. Or
He doesn't
enslave it,
care
or
how
whatever.
we deal with it, we just have to deal with it.
Yep. So we're trying to do that in 24 hours. We found a tree that was growing from the inside of a boulder. So when the boulder split, the tree was inside of it, like a geode.
It was metal, too. Or like covered
Yeah,
in
it was
metal.
metal flaked, which is why I think metal dryad. That's my call.
Okay.
There's nothing else.
Didn't the
that
ground
goes-
also rumble when you tried to contact it?
Yes.
Yeah, I touched like a vein on it, like a metal vein, and I tried to use that to communicate with it. Well, my theory was, if it's a dryad, veins are like roots of the mountain, which is very stupid. But it got a reaction, I guess.
So now that we are caught up on the political intrigue of all circumstances, I will give one of you inspiration Fight amongst yourselves. Go.
I would like to repay Kevin for the cat bet.
Time to
cat
cost
bet?
him his inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah, I think Kevin should have inspiration because he's going to need all that help he can get to
Yeah.
not get seduced.
Although he didn't mention that he held hands with Rustamon, so
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Arthanos' hand was on the table, and Rusty Man put his
Yeah,
Called
you're going to need all the help you can get.
Arthanos'.
now I'm picturing Rusty Venture with dreadlocks.
I mean,
I hate
honestly,
that.
if you ever learn anything about me, please learn that I love aptronyms. That will suffice for the recap.
Wait, what the fuck is an aptronym?
I've never heard the word either.
Aptronym.
Person's name is regarded what? A person's name that is regarded as amusingly appropriate to their occupation.
Oh, this is the thing that the Phoenix Wright games do.
Probably.
Yeah, sure.
All their names describe their characters.
I believe you.
Yeah.
So, when we last left off, you had eaten meals with the common ranks of the mercenaries and the miners here. It seems to be dull. There's a lot of infrastructure available. Buildings set up to process and break down the ores and also do some basic refining on them that are largely out of work. So there is a sense of boredom, aimlessness to a lot of the mining folk. The mercenaries seem a bit more regimented, but they eye you with a level of friendly distance. There's not discourteous, nothing discourteous or anything of that sort, but they look at you like you're someone that's been called in to take their jobs from them.
Yeah, so they're in a union, and they're like, "Hey, you touch that, I'm gonna break your fucking arm."
Sure.
Yeah.
During the evening, coming into camp, not too far after yourselves, will be a familiar-looking face atop the only remaining Ironmane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all the other horses are dead except for Water Lily.
Well, hold on. I had a Mastiff.
Yeah, the Mastiff.
Yeah, that's not a horse, Yummy.
That's true. Not yet.
And Iron Man doesn't know it, and Osborne definitely doesn't know it, but Iron Man is the magic horse. So
It's a matter of time before Ren finds out, and he's going to be super upset.
Yep.
You will come into camp, and again, it's a large mining settlement that has been built here, but a lot of it is just unused currently. You see large gatherings of people, and they just have no sense of purpose to them. They're just kind of waiting. So it's very quick and easy for you to find your way to the others. On your way in, you would have come across some corpses of Ankh eggs, and when these people spotted you on the road, they would have ushered you to hurry in through the gates in case more arrive.
I arrive.
And you can meet up with the party. The party, please take exactly 1 moment to be relieved.
Gee, thanks.
Bushes or
Once,
on my way back from dinner, like when I get back to the group, I'm gonna go up to Nova and just say, you were right. I shouldn't have gone to dinner. I figure that's what Nova always wants to hear is you were right.
I did. You just made her night. I'm just gonna look at him kind of like that, like, "Oh, honey, I know." And then I'm gonna say nicely, well, as nice as Nova gets. So you turned him down though, right? Like, no questions asked, like, or no questions about it. Just you said no, thank you, and we're moving on from this, right?
So about that, I was hoping you might have a way that I could do that without offending him. I was concerned and also startled. I don't want him to turn on us, perhaps, or something. But I don't think I was clear about it, unfortunately, in hindsight.
So you're leading him on?
No, I don't know. I'm not good at this.
Oh, Arthanos. Oh, honey, we have so much to teach you. That's okay. We'll make up a girlfriend, right? You have a girlfriend in one of the city states. Nobody's met her because, she goes to a different school, right? Like,
My Canadian girlfriend.
I'm not good at lying.
okay, so you're not good at you're not good at direct confrontation. You're not good at lying.
I was taken a bit aback. I wasn't expecting it at all.
Oh, Arthanos, you pretty dumb child. Okay.
10 years is a bit of time. Too long.
Did you at least tell him that we needed to deal with this mine situation before you jumped into bed with him?
Well, yes, I asked for time to think about it, so, spending it doing this, because this is a bit more, time sensitive.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll deal with the mine, and then we'll deal with your love life. But you might need to start considering how attractive you find Osborne.
She's just gonna put his fucking hand over his face.
I've seen sitcoms. I know what to do here.
One of you's about to get deported, but not if you get married. You meet up, and you can, catch up on this conversation as you arrive. The evening is yours. You've been put on a pretty tight timetable to retrieve a solution here from the mines. What do you folks do, if anything?
I imagine is there a library here? So I'm looking for anything that might talk about the histories of the mines or the history of magical creatures that live in the area, a history of the area, something that maybe might give us more information about what we're going to go deal with.
You won't find any mines. Unfortunately, from what you can tell, it seems like this settlement is pretty new.
Okay.
You might be able to find a couple of prospectors that can tell you more about something unique in the area. What are you looking for? Do you have any specific questions?
Just trying to understand more about what we're going up against. Has there been is this a creature that has lived, in this area and appears all the time, and they have a lot of every couple of years they try to get rid of? Is this brand new? Just more data about what we're going to go deal with.
Okay. Make we'll call this a charisma check. This is basically your ability to find somebody that has some useful information for you.
Just straight charisma, not a persuasion or anything.
No, just straight charisma, because it's probably going to take a multiple of these techniques. Probably takes you a good half an hour, lying to one person, trying to persuade another person, etc. What is your first question? Sorry.
So I'm trying to remember from the last game. So she just appeared one day, right? Put the tree in the mine, and
They took the tree out, and then she appeared and started, or a lot of monsters appeared.
Okay.
Right. So the tree sprang up in the area that you had seen. It looked like it had grown out of the boulder that it split.
Okay.
And it was a big spectacle. It was really interesting and unique to the area. And that's when they discovered that it was connected to a lot of veins of metal. And the tree itself was unique because it was sort of coated with metal particulate. In particular, a lot of iron, silver, gold, but also rare metals. So they tried to harvest the tree, and that's when things went bad.
Okay. So has a tree like this ever appeared elsewhere in either this area, or did any of these prospectors know of other stories of this happening?
The prospectors think it's completely unusual and unique. But you would remember from, I think you and Arthanos both had good rolls, that the Mages of High Sorcery were tasked to come out here and investigate originally. And they found that the tree tied into these metal veins that were believed to be a focal point for primordial energies. So primordial energies being like the ancient elemental forces, and they seem to have coalesced here, and they're influencing the area around it, including this tree.
Okay. Would I know offhand if that type of magic is prone to being hurt more by something or more resistant to stuff? That'd be something I would have studied or known?
No, and not because it's not something you might not know. It's just it's too broad. It's without having the specificity of what you're dealing with, you don't know exactly what it might be, weak to or vulnerable.
Okay. Okay.
Well, then first we had to find out if this creature moved here on her own or she was drawn here to something.
Oh, you mean like a tree that was uprooted in defense to nature?
Well, where did the tree come first? I'm sorry.
Rock?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to catch up. It's been
It-
a long ride.
It's okay. The tree burst from a rock.
But was the tree? And we think there's a spirit here that's angry because the tree was moved.
Yes.
Dryad.
But did the dryad move in, causing the tree to burst forth? And now the dryad is pissed that the tree was moved.
Possibly. Nobody seems to know that quite yet.
And generally, trees don't spring up
I
overnight.
would be pissed if somebody took my house and then dismantled it for metal parts.
But I'm
Considering
saying
it's made of wood.
generally, trees don't just show up overnight through rocks.
Well, it was in the rock, like inside of it, and they split it open and found it, right? Or
Like an egg.
something split it. Yeah, like an egg. The tree was the yolk.
Yeah, it's been a long ride. I'm still processing.
Which
in
I think
reality-
means the dryad's a baby?
Or is the dryad a chicken?
Regardless. Okay. Regardless.
When two people with low intelligence
Nope.
have a conversation.
Are we going in guns blazing, or are we going in trying to have a conversation?
We're going in not using the slave stone.
Okay. We all agree
Wait.
on that.
The
I
what?
think we'll figure out the rest later.
Nope, that's usually how we end up, all almost dying.
But nothing can go wrong if you don't have a plan.
What is a slave stone?
No.
Oh, we got a rock from the guy that'll just make it a slave, I guess.
I'll take it out and kind of hold it, considering I somehow have it now.
I'm morally opposed to using it, though.
Well, yes. If this creature is free thinking, it should not be a slave.
I
We're
like
not
you.
going to use it. We might use it to temporarily hold her while we relocate her, but we will not be using it as a slave stone.
I just feel like the connotation is pretty awful if we use it at all. We're just making you a slave for your own good?
No, it's not. Think of it more like it. So glad you're back.
Thank you.
Tony, what? So I don't know. I did some sort of check about it last. I think it was Arcana last session. You told me things about it, or no? I used Identify. What do I think the effects would be if we used it on the dryad or the thing? Fucking got me saying dryad too. Used it on the thing and then gave the stone to the spirit. So enslaved it to itself.
Essentially, it would grant it freedom.
Okay.
It's with a lot of these creatures, and this is where it becomes a little unclear. You had rolled before. You know that dryads are typically fey creatures.
Yeah.
And
This doesn't sound fake.
right, this has a decidedly elemental feel to it. But if it was a fey creature that was influenced or corrupted by the planar energy, it might have a different characteristics.
Okay.
Which is why it becomes a little unclear, because a lot of Fae lore has them being bound not necessarily to physical objects like magic, but to intent. So words can bind them. Agreements, plans, deals can bind them. And this might not be an aspect of magic that relies on the actual magic to carry it. It might also be part of it is based on the expectation of it to perform as such.
Okay. And do I think that one creature can be subjected or can be affected by multiple of these at the same time, or is it like one per?
This seems to only be attuned to some other creature, and you identified it as an elemental of some power.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, if there were, say, 2 of these stones, could both of them affect one creature, or would only one affect at a time?
This can only... It's kind of like attuning it to something. It can only affect one creature.
It can
No,
only
he's
affect
asking,
one
can the
but-
creature be affected by 2 at the same time?
Yeah, can it be enslaved to do
Oh.
different stones at the same
One
time?
would kick off the other.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have 2 stones?
No. But what I was thinking was that we could use it as a bargaining thing, like, oh yeah, we'll enslave this to or enslave you to this, and then also give it to you, and then you're protected from other things. But it sounds like that may not be the case.
Wouldn't they not believe that too?
I mean,
Yeah,
possibly, but-
enslave yourself, and we'll do whatever we want with you, haha.
I mean, I'm not saying that they would definitely believe it, but maybe it has some sort of magic to tell if we're telling the truth or something like that. So
There's no
If we
shot
build
anyone
trust.
takes that deal.
it's unlikely, but you never know.
Anyway,
I just wanted to check. Carry on.
while we're planning things, Rin wants to get some scrap metal, like old nails or something, like a lot of it.
You can actually do so pretty easily. There's a lot of materials left over from what they brought in to start building the settlement.
Yeah, I'll collect like the nails they couldn't repair that are just like too bent to use or anything, and I'll put them all in a bag.
Okay, I know where this is going.
Yep.
You bet your ass I'm gonna hand feed those rust monsters, Tony.
You can do so.
Fantastic.
How
I wonder
far
if I
away
could
is the
strap
actual?
2 of them, one to each of my boots, and then like surf the rock. Well, I got plans. Don't worry about it.
How far away is the entrance that we're going to be going into the mines?
I mean, the entrance is only a few hundred yards from you. In fact, a
Oh,
lot
okay.
of the railings, a lot of the... Fuck, what are you... I'm trying to think of the right term.
You're talking about like the little like. I want to say scaffolding, but that's not right.
The cart rails for, mining carts. There's another term for it I can't think of.
Tracks?
Yeah, the
Tracks would work. That's not the word I'm trying to think of, though. But yeah,
Okay.
you can find the tracks there very easily. There's mine carts that are almost in pristine condition. They're looking, to set up and get this place excavated properly.
Railway?
No, there's another term. I just learned about it because of all the train route derailings that have happened this week. And I was like, oh, that's a fun vocabulary word to add, and I already forgot it.
So, anyways, I walk into the mine.
We're just
you
going
collide
in?
with the mine.
What's that?
You collide with the mine.
You're a funny guy.
You head into the mine. It is expectedly dark.
Yep.
You have blind sight? 10 feet?
Mhm.
5 feet?
10 feet.
10 feet. So you're actually kind of comfortable not stumbling around in here in the dark. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, head in as well.
Yeah, following.
Okay. Any special, anything special being done for those of you that are blind?
I was gonna ask one of the miners what they use for light, if they just use torches or if there are weird gases in there or what.
They'll tell you they
Early
haven't
bugs.
discovered any weird gases.
Wait
They
till I
have
get
a,
it.
they have a method of determining whether or not they are safe that is more humane than using canaries.
You know what? I appreciate that. I'm for that. I'll ask if I can borrow like a lamp though.
Use the extra children instead.
Use elven boys.
Keeps the population low.
You are able to get a couple of lanterns. You can get a bullseye or a regular lantern if you would like.
What is the one that's hooded? Is hooded
One
the one
bullseye,
that's just a big
please.
AoE?
Yeah. So you can equip those and head into the mines. Now, as you start to make your way in, you quickly see that there is a central railing path that heads very far and deep into the mines. There are smaller branches that look like they're still in the process of being excavated, and this is probably about where they stopped working. So these are very unfinished. They're not structurally sound. They don't have any bracing or supports. They don't look clean and safe. But following the main pathway, you do see occasionally bits of metals, mostly iron, but also something shinier here on occasion, a nugget or two of silver or gold. And you kind of kick around through some very dense rock and a lot of dust that kicks up behind your footsteps. It kind of makes it unpleasant if you're walking at the rear of the group. But as you get a little bit deeper, the path seems to level out from dust and excavation, and it becomes much more rock-like and comfortable to carry out. Go ahead.
Can I pocket something like a nugget of some sort?
Yeah. These are very small. These are almost like the equivalent of filings or shavings. You can pick them up pretty easily, and over the course of doing this over a couple of hours, you might have a few gold worth of silver or gold.
I enjoy this.
Fair enough.
As we walk, Osborne. God, I forgot my name. Sorry, it's been a long week. Osborne will be asking questions, trying to get caught up because he's still a little lost. Everyone just sort of stared at him quietly and then moved on with the conversation when he showed up. So
We had things to worry about.
like.
I thought
Wait,
the
so-
recap was Arthanos explaining to you what happened, but that's just me.
But I showed up after the recap. See?
Yeah,
All
but the
about-
recap
Chronologically, that is true.
represented Arthanos telling you what happened.
So we need to get this creature out of here so that this man doesn't join the Dragon Queen's army, right?
No, so that what the mines produce.
Instead of the Dragon Queen.
Yes.
You're right. So this guy doesn't join the Dragon Queen's army with the mine. But he also wants to have you be his pet, Arthanos? I just...
He used the word servant. I'm not sure there's actually a distinction.
There was definitely a collar involved.
Yeah. Oh, sounds like a fair trade. We've seen it we'll swing back by in, 10 years?
That part had nothing to do with the mine and getting the iron to Kalaman. I'm not sure it's worth the 10 years of my life.
I mean,
personally.
of course it's not. Unless, of course, if you're interested, that's entirely up to you. And
Yeah, no, I'm not.
okay. I was just because there's no judgment here.
We were going to work on an exit plan after we deal with this problem first.
Sure. I
Right,
just
that's
want
more
to be. I
important.
just want Arthanos to know it's okay. I don't. I'm very
not-
progressive.
I appreciate that. It's quite alright. I'm not interested. I don't want anything to do with him.
I know, but you need to know that it's safe if you want.
Okay, but I'm not. It's just
I
I'm
was
not
like,
really-
why does everybody think I want to be a sex slave? Like,
Like,
what vibe
I'm
are you
putting up-
giving off?
Exactly. Like, the fuck, dude?
Was it all the leather?
Let's be honest. Only one of you is likely to retire in this economy, and it's definitely the sex slave.
It
I
might
don't know, I
it might
feel
have been
like
the
you
collection of ball gags he had.
I don't know what his tastes are. Perhaps he killed me. I'm not interested. It's just I'm not interested. No,
Wait, is Arthanos again?
pardon?
How old is Arthanos?
Like 80?
All right, you're the elf. Well, wait,
Yeah.
so that's young for elves?
Yes, it's young
Yeah.
for elves.
It's
I
like
think
just
that's
an adult.
not adult.
It's like 20.
I thought an
basically.
adult was like 100.
It's about 100.
I don't know, close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
You're a
preacher.
child.
Or he's a teenager.
Rustamon is a pedophile.
It's not like a strict like 100 you're an
Aw.
adult, but like
Oh, it's baby's first proposition.
it's your first time being
Right.
objectified.
In
Oh,
80 years.
I'm just saying. he's
I'm
very
so
broad,
happy for
very
you.
androgynous.
That's true. He's an elf. Can't get away from that.
He's very androgynous. He
I
could
would
be
say
Asian.
elves and dwarves are equally androgynous.
What's
Sorry,
that?
elves are as androgynous as dwarves are masculine. There we go.
I would
Just
agree
imagine
with any
we're having this discussion while like all the monsters in the mine are sitting there tapping their feet. Like, really? This is the time to talk about this?
Yeah, I have a 10-foot pole and I'm poking the walls because elementals could be anywhere. They just look like rocks, right? Click, click, click.
I'm definitely gonna walk in front of the pole by accident and just get tapped.
Just smacked with it.
Bonk.
Like, oh, I got
Fuck
something.
you on the-
Slap.
Do hobgoblins have dark vision?
No.
No.
Do I? Actually, I have no idea.
Do you think
Goblins?
Tony just like?
Nova cast light.
Do you think Tony like says a sentence and then just checks out and lets us run wild for
I was
10
on
minutes?
Imager.
Absolutely. I do
Yeah.
have dark vision.
You
Hey,
do?
Tony,
Wow.
I thought you
Tony just walked away 10 minutes ago.
I also have a gnome in my inventory.
A gnome?
yeah.
Take
from
that
That
out.
was a dream gnome.
Yeah,
You
from
have
Dream.
to erase that.
Yeah, I have to take it out now. So
Sorry,
sad.
buddy.
Contractually obligated.
One of my first characters spent like the entire campaign trying to woo a gnome. Didn't work. In fact,
Because it was a doll or an actual gnome.
okay. Well, I mean, if you use the word actual gnome, it's a little misleading, right? But no, it was an NPC, and like my character was very one-dimensional. He just wanted to impress the gnome, and he spent the entire campaign trying to impress her, and never worked.
I feel like
Tragic.
Tyrius did that multiple campaigns in a row.
I usually pick like one NPC, and I'm like, this is the one that I am going to politely harass.
I'm gonna politely.
No, he did. It was like
He's
I
not
write
creepy.
a letter.
Right,
Yeah,
like
no, he
he's-
like wrote nice letters. It was cute.
Yeah. Anyways, you continue to stumble down these corridors, and they start to open up a little bit more, and you get the feeling that you're moving into sections of the mine that, although supported, probably didn't require a lot of unnatural excavation. These caverns get quite a bit deeper. The air gets quite a bit thicker and heavier, hotter, and you hear the sounds drifting up from in front of you of a little skittering. Anyone who cares can make a perception check.
Oh, I hate it.
And it's not me, right?
Oh, I love it.
Also, did I actually get inspiration at the start there, or did it
Yeah.
go to Austin? Okay.
So did Sam. Good job, Sam. Let's see, 15, 14. So Rin and Gex, you hear the sounds of just very soft, almost insectile feet moving across rock and debris. And as you get a little bit closer, it starts to get quieter. But then you start to hear, in the distance, the sound of water. Almost getting very loud. As you continue to move a bit closer, you do in fact find these sounds getting louder and louder, and the sounds of the feet seem to be pushing further and further away from you, like they're skittering away from you, cockroaches avoiding the light.
Oh.
But otherwise, you enter into a large section of chamber. And the tracks are very obviously damaged here. You can see that one of the carts has derailed very obviously from where these tracks have rusted over. In front of you, the tracks go across a wooden bridge, The bridge is well constructed and clean and new looking. The tracks over them rusted, and beneath it, a very fast moving current of water. A pretty significantly sized river seems to be running underneath the earth here.
Do we know about a river? I don't think we ever heard about a river.
One of the miners, I believe, did mention that there was water down there. He said that if you couldn't make your way back in one day, it wouldn't be the worst. You could find things to live off of.
That's fair. I didn't think it was going to be like this, though.
Yeah, I expected like a reservoir.
No, it appears to be pretty quick moving and honestly a little bit dangerous.
Okay. Does the bridge look like rickety as shit?
No, clean, new, solid, good construction. The tracks across it are rusted,
Okay.
But the bridge itself is in good shape.
as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Do we see any signs of like anything else? Like, that was very vague. Any signs of life, of movement? Do we, anything else at all? No.
All right, so
life
you
or
describe the
movement or-
scene. Do we see anything else?
Arthenos. So, with your check, you're kind of looking out and you see some signs in the dirt that might indicate that something has moved through here recently. And you kind of like are inspecting it really closely and you just feel something sort of proddingly poking at your leg.
Oh no.
In real life too.
Oh, my legs are up off the ground.
So
Are you not like bugs?
you look
I
down
Very much not.
and there is this carapaced creature. It's several feet large and seems to have just snuck up on you. It's got this chitinous shell system and a way too humanoid face to be comfortable with.
What is this, Demon Souls?
But its mandibles are just prodding at the fabric of your legs. And you can hear almost like the scent of air moving through it, like it's sniffing.
Yeah. So Blake, I said mandibles, and
Pet
Blake
it.
like did a visual and I'm not
I
okay.
give the predator face with my fingers.
Yeah. No.
That
This
was
is
the
kind
correct
of what I'm
answer.
picturing.
That is not what
Ugh.
it looks like. How dare you?
A little bit.
Trying to
that's
take out my
the
bag of
remake.
nails.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Oh my god.
Like, it.
That's what we see?
Yes.
Yep.
Ugh! Do I know what it is?
Does it look aggressive?
God, it's got like. Ugh, the feathered.
Make a
antenna.
nature check. Make an animal handling.
Oh, I
Animal-
just
Wait, animal handling.
assumed.
Not you, Osborne.
Oh,
You make the nature.
okay.
So, with a 12,
You know what? I'm gonna use my magical balance. That's a 17.
with a 17, you know that this is a rust monster. Rust monsters, like their name would imply, eat metal, and they degrade it into rust as they do. It explains the deterioration of the tracks in this area and a lot of the rust filings that you're kicking up in the dirt as you move through. Osborne, it's hard to say. It does not look like it's eating him, but it does look like it's sizing him up for a meal.
And this is Arthenos that it's eating?
Yeah, it's currently
Not
sniffing up
yet.
and down his pant leg.
Let's get that straight.
Well, we gotta save Arthenos because he's gonna be the sex slave so that we can get the mine. I feed this creature Gex.
Oh, I'm not made out of metal.
Just throw him in there.
Wait, has he been here the whole time?
The whole time. I think I hit him with my pole earlier.
Like, quick, throw anything at him. Throws Gax.
Can
Wait,
I also make a check for this creature?
What would you like to do?
Make a check for the creature. Oh, to see if I can identify it. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature.
But I see it.
Yeah.
When Arthenos sees it, he's like a
We're
little
killer.
startled, yelp and jump away.
so I have steel as gold, which is I think we got as payment, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Steel.
How'd you guys
actually
go-
made out of steel. Can I feed the rust monsters some of the steel?
I brought a whole bag of scrap metal.
That isn't our gold supply.
Yeah.
What are you trying to feed it?
Well, if no one's feeding it the scrap metal, the steel payment, take 10 of the 10 coins worth. Try to feed.
So, Arthnos, you jump back, quite
Yep.
alarmed. This thing did really sneak up on you while you were focused. And as you back up, it starts to trot over kind of awkwardly, like its legs aren't on the same plane, so it's got these big, bulky movements. So you step back and it starts to step in, where Gex comes up and starts to try and offer it some steel coins. And it does have some interest in them. And as it starts to pull some of them towards its mouth, you do see that they start to corrode slightly, but it's a very subtle effect. I think in real world equivalency, steel doesn't rust the same way iron does, but it seems to lose interest pretty quickly. And then it kind of starts sniffing around on the earth and finally starts getting closer to you. And it starts to get closer, probably to where you keep your daggers. Or you have a short sword, is that right?
I have two daggers and 2 short swords.
It gets closer, has some interest in them, and starts to kind of nibble away at them. Again, not aggressively. It's kind of corroding at some of the, let's say, roll a d3.
No, it's eating Gex.
It starts to reach out towards one of your daggers, and it's a slow process. It's kind of methodical. It's not hungrily devouring your dagger, but it is slowly corroding away at it. And
Like
you're
corn on the cob but a dagger.
right, and it's kind of a slow process. Do you continue to sit there and let it?
I'm gonna go and kind of toss the dagger, not super far, but at least like 10 feet away from me. And I say, well, it's gonna eat all my weapons. Get out of here.
Tony, with that 17 earlier, do I know if rust monsters are typically hostile, or are they just cows that instead of grass they want to eat metal?
With a 17, they're not necessarily hostile. They can be coerced and tamed even.
Okay.
They typically enjoy things that rust easily, any ferrous metal. So the more easily it rusts, like iron, the more they like it. The less easily it rusts, like steel, they like it a little bit less, and then other metals that also do that. But pretty much anything with a magnetic field, they're all about it.
I'd just go pick it up like a dog.
Make an ammo handling check.
As all of
What
the rest
kind of
of.
bonus this? How do I make this better?
You're a hobgoblin.
I'm a hobgoblin.
You
I'll
go
add
press
3 to
people.
this for 14.
14 is not bad. You go over. This creature just sort of starts to turn, and like it's going to go after the dagger that Gex threw. When you pick it up, and it just kind of goes limp. Its legs just hang down, and you've got it. And it kind of looks over its shoulder at you. Or, kind of tries to look back at you, but doesn't really resist you.
Yeah, I'll tuck it under one arm like a dachshund. You got to support the whole spine, right? So you like got the whole arm under it. And I'll take some of the discarded nails. I'll just feed it by hand.
You start to feed it a couple of nails, and it starts to gobble them up, this time more hungrily. And those of you that are watching this interaction, you see that the light begins to catch a couple of eyes in the darkness. And then a couple more. And
I'm gonna name
then a
you
couple
Bueller.
more. And you see
Ren.
3 more of these creatures approaching from the darkness towards Ren.
Ren, you may want to shut it down.
Why? Bueller is a great friend.
I understand that, but you're feeding Bueller, and Bueller's friends are wanting to get fed too, and then their friends are going to want to get fed, and it's probably best that we just move along. We'll leave them a pile of food here.
We have a lot of whatever these are to adopt. Then I'm gonna call them metal crabs.
Regardless, we should probably keep moving.
Okay. I take Bueller with me, and we keep moving.
God damn it.
Bueller tries to twist, you know, like how cats want to hang on you?
Yeah.
Bueller will try to twist like that. And the other rust monsters, they are following closely behind, but they're not chasing you necessarily.
They're just making weird scrabbly noises.
They're definitely following you, but they're losing distance. They're moving very slowly.
I will scatter some nails.
They'll move pretty
Just, you know.
eagerly to grab some.
Then I'll feed Bueller. Whatever way he wants to twist is fine. I'm not his captor. He can do whatever he wants.
Make another animal handling check to keep his attention with the nails.
And not your
21.
fingers.
See, unfortunately, you're wearing a lot of metal, like so much metal, and he starts to kind of nibble around your shoulder pauldrons when you kind of keep his attention or her attention, and you just keep feeding nails to this creature, and eventually it seems to lose interest. Likely, you've hit the carrying capacity of this thing's stomach because you probably put a couple pounds of nails into it.
Okay.
In another context,
imagine
that would sound
I'm-
much more brutal.
I imagine I'm almost out. So I'll put the rest. I imagine we crossed the bridge at this point.
Yeah,
So I'll set Bueller down,
so
and I'll pour out the rest of the bag.
You're heading up to the bridge, and as you get closer to it, you know, you've got the rust monsters appeased. You've got this one; he's eating nails as you feed it. You get about halfway across the bridge, the lot of you, when you see that the light catches a ton of metal. This metal isn't ore that's been cleaved from rock, though. These are sets of armor, multiple sets of armor, probably about 4 or 5 of them.
Ooh.
And they're pristine.
That doesn't bode well.
Is something wearing them?
Are they bodies?
Are they haunted?
They look like they are connected sets of armor, but you don't see any obvious corpses inside of them, or people wearing them as far as you can tell.
Does it
These-
look
these-
like?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask. Does this look like armor that like mercenaries would have worn, right? Because they said they sent mercenaries down.
Have we gone from the rust monster to the flesh monster area?
Great.
Make a
Give
perception
Tony
check.
ideas.
The first one eats your armor, the second one eats your flesh.
Yeah. Tony's like, we do now.
I
Are
hold
these
up Bueller.
standing up or are they laying down?
They're laying down and piled
Okay.
up. Nova, this armor doesn't seem to match what you had seen the mercenaries wearing. They were mostly sort of light and medium armor equipped. These look like plate suits of steel and iron armor.
Do I recognize? Is there any Are they blank? Are they new? Or is there any insignias on them or signs of battle damage?
They're like a bloody rune on the inner nape.
Make a perception check yourself.
Fucking Austin. Is there a
Yeah,
soul
that's,
bound
man.
to it?
I don't think I've rolled over a 2.
Uh,
Sure haven't.
the only thing you really notice is that their make is consistent.
Okay.
Huh.
That has more questions, but I got a 3, so.
I'll ask more questions for you. I hold up Bueller, like face to face, and I ask it, why didn't you eat that armor? It's right there.
Bueller attempts to recoil a bit, starts squirming in your arms, and tries to, you know, like you hold a cat against your chest, and like it's had enough of it, so it tries to like climb up on your shoulder and jump off.
Yeah,
He's doing that, only he's a lot bigger than a cat.
Bueller can be on the ground now. And I'll turn to everyone else. I don't think I've, like, said Bueller out loud at this point. So I will say to everybody, I don't think Bueller likes the armor.
Who?
Bueller. I point to the rust monster.
Oh, I mean, of course. Why didn't I see it? Ren, you have some experience with blacksmithing. What sort of metal is this?
That one's steel composite. That one's made of iron, which should be magnetized. Terrible idea, really. Must be on a budget, but it doesn't look like it's rot, so it probably has been treated a couple times. Ooh, that's a fun carbon alloy. I just pointed like another one. But they're all the same. It looks like the metals are only slightly off from each other.
What do we
Gex.
think happened to their bodies?
Oh.
Probably dead.
But why aren't they in the armor?
Melted.
Gex,
Wait, what? Those are
I
not
would
small
like
stars.
for you to roll a d20 plus 7.
Ruh-roh.
Don't do it, it's a trap.
Gex, as you are, making your way up across this bridge to join the rest of them, something whips out at you. And for just a moment, it picks you up by the ribs and drops you.
Him. Did I see where this thing came from?
As you look out, you see heading into the darkness above you, running up against the depth, the maximum range of the light. It's just a series of tentacles slowly reaching down over the remaining party members.
So Sam's not going to be able to play the rest of this game. Gonna tap out now and
I'm going to put you guys on a map.
Yay! Blake wanted combat.
So for me, it's
Dude,
fucking
what
centipedes
is
and shit.
wrong with oh? I have hardware
Isn't it
acceleration turned off.
Hmm.
Sam doesn't like tentacles. I don't like centipedes.
I like this map, the Save versus Cave map. Pretty good.
Yes, my boy Picard.
Does anybody
Yeah.
off the top of their head remember where hardware acceleration is in Chrome?
In Chrome, it's under advanced. I think it's called developer mode, maybe?
If you just type hardware into
it's
the
under-
search in settings,
Just under system.
we found
Yeah.
it.
Is it? It's just under system, really? Oh yeah.
Settings, system, hardware acceleration. I had turned it off because I was having some fan issues on my laptop and we couldn't diagnose what was going on with it. In that my laptop's fans occasionally decide not to run. And on a thin laptop with a fucking 3080 Ti, that's not a great look.
all right. Let us see what some initiatives look like.
I
I'll
cannot.
use rally.
Was there supposed to be light, Tony?
Let's see about getting you guys some light. Who's carrying light? Is it just Ren?
I had a torch. Nova had cast light.
Fun fact,
deal
my
with
light
that.
looks like you know those like super cheesy looking full moon night lights that you're supposed to be able to like pick up and carry with you. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah, they have the stand that looks like a weird like rhombus.
Yeah, so that's what my light looks like. Things.
I should probably roll initiative. 3 people. Everybody but Osborne.
What does it do?
Temp
Oh,
HP.
Woo!
Everybody but Osborne.
I think it's 100 points.
I've also realized I do not get this. I have to pick myself to get this, so I've been doing that wrong. Sorry.
Cheater.
Yeah. But I also just realized that Fortune of the Many is proficiency number of times per day instead of once. So
Oh,
trade-off, I guess.
That's
Yep.
pretty rad.
I've read my abilities.
Eh.
But now I have 5 resources to track.
Jesus Christ.
I have my helps, my rallies, my strikes, my maneuvers, and my fortunes.
I thought you were a cavalier, man. They're supposed to be a fighter. It's supposed to be simple.
He's playing the
except
wizard
big
fighter,
hobgoblin. I have spell
I
slots.
got less shit to track. Like, what the fuck?
I
Yeah,
know what
you know
this
the little little resources thing on the right side of the screen.
Yeah.
Mine's big.
I only got 3 there. Well, I guess 4 technically, because you can't just have 3. But
I have 5. Well, 6, but
As you cast your lantern up to catch more of the ceiling here, you see a... Hold on, I have to do my math here. You see a stalactite hanging down with tentacles just reaching out towards each of you. Gex, because you avoided the attack and noticed it, it does not have advantage. But unfortunately, its turn, it did roll very, very well, and its turn is now.
oh yeah, do that thing.
There
The
is
really angry corn on the cob.
there is a slow screech as the stalactite opens its mouth, revealing a nasty set of teeth.
And
And
there's a very loud screech.
I would like to imagine this thing carefully removing bodies from armor.
oh, yeah, just picking them out.
Doesn't help. Oh,
I like to imagine it cracks the helmet off like a crawfish and then slurps the body out.
That's the best.
I was thinking like a Go-Gurt, right? Like it pops the helmet and then just
Squeezes the feet and just... Jesus. That's gonna have a straw like a Capri Sun, right?
Ooh. So, it just punctures a tentacle in there and... Like, remember the Brainoid from Starship Troopers?
Starting from left to right, a 21 versus Gex, 26 versus Osborne, 17 versus Arthanos, and a 15 versus Nova.
Oh,
Oh, but he didn't attack me.
No.
So Nova clearly saw this, like heard the scream from that thing and dropped to the ground screaming as well. And that's the only reason it missed her. Like just full on, just nope.
does it
I'm
or does it
grappled.
not have advantage? I'm sorry, I missed that.
It does not have advantage.
Okay. Thank God it misses.
I don't have reach.
I'm grappled.
I have Reach and I have Sentinel. I would like to boop this creature. Is this acceptable?
Sorry, what are you doing?
I am booping it.
It is not in your range. In fact,
How is it up?
it is above you, and it is... Sorry, I'm trying to find this out.
Did this do damage?
It is 30 feet above you.
My only weakness, ranged.
Oh, I did that wrong. I thought that was 21 damage.
No, just attacks. What was your question, Yami?
Did that actually do damage, or did it just grapple?
No, you are grappled, and while grappled, you are restrained. You have disadvantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, and it can't attack you with the same tendril. But... Sorry, this thing actually has like a surprisingly complex character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Don't love that
lot. You
either.
can like the tendrils have like hit points themselves, right, or something like that.
Something like that.
Question
You
I'm
can like
also
attack
going
them or
to
something.
Gex.
regret asking.
What?
Is it targeting the cat as well?
No.
Okay.
Gex. It is going to reel you towards its maw,
Oh boy.
where it will take a bite.
Ooh, that's why the
Wow.
tentacles don't do any damage.
God
Jesus
damn, I love this
Christ.
monster.
Hey, you have 10 temp HP though.
Can I bite it in response?
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, you're more likely to leave an infection. Goblins' mouths are terrible.
There's a
Guys
reason
are
they
like
call
the-
they're gum, not tooth.
Right, like, you guys are basically raccoons. Just always in the garbage eating stuff.
Oh, is that why I like goblins? They are raccoons.
Kind of are, huh?
Okay, yeah. Alright, cool. Cool. Wait, did I do this right? Oh. Sorry, let me adjust this. Pay no
Those Gex-
attention to the man behind the curtain. There.
So is Gex also pulled like towards it?
Yes, Gex, you are 30 feet in the air. And you are adjacent to this creature. That's its turn. Nova, it's yours.
So I am prone. I'm gonna realize nothing's touched me and like kind of peek over like my shoulder and give a very dignified squeal and shoot a witch bolt at it.
All right, let's see it. And if you want to, put the dignified squeal out there for the internet. A 19 does not connect. As you are attempting to blast through this thing, its skin is carapaced just like rock, and it does not make good contact.
Then I'd like to use my inspiration for the 28.
Fine. As you just attempt to keep channeling energy into it, empowered by your dignified squeak, you break through, and it suffers 12 lightning damage. Don't suppose it's...
And then
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to stand up, finish my turn, and hope that nobody noticed I went to the ground.
You moving on.
Arthur.
Oh yeah, I can move.
So my question is, can I target the tentacle that is wrapped around Gex?
You can.
Like, is that a possible? Okay, and how high off the ground is he?
Gex
30
is
feet?
30 feet up.
He is 30 feet. Okay. Do the humming blade thing, and then I guess.
You Gex? Got him.
Oh ho ho! I'm going to firebolt the tentacle, the tendril that is grabbing the goblin friend, and do no fucking damage. Okay.
The firebolt does connect and singes a bit of the tentacle, but the creature is able to maintain hold of Gex, and it sort of slithers that tentacle tighter, trying to wrap around his throat.
Trying. All right. Well, that's my turn.
To the face of it.
Or is it? Because I'm gonna move here. Potentially trigger something. I don't know.
As you move there,
Ah, fuck.
you see this unique copperish dust. It almost looks like rust particulate, but it swirls around the suits of armor and starts to inflate and solidify into stone. As it seems to form a humanoid shape that wears this armor, one of the suits stands up.
Fuck.
Neat.
Just
Cool.
wanted to get away from the big tendril.
It's like an
cone.
earth-themed haunted helm or whatever.
Don't want to
helm
be eating
pour.
this corn cob the long way.
Yeah. See, you thought this over here was like a red herring, but
Oh, it was
actually it's
garbage
Chekhov's gun.
Thought it was the bowl where it throws all of the shells, but I guess I can go fuck myself.
Anytime.
Man,
Osborne.
these shrimp tails look weird.
Oh. I'm restrained. Can I get to... I want to try to hack it. Yeah, man. I'm restrained, right? It's got me wrapped up.
Yes, you're still on the ground though. Only Gex has been pulled up towards it.
That's because he's so little.
Right. Why don't I have a hand axe? Why is it not on my character sheet? Fuck. Stand by.
Did
Sorry.
it get lost in the paperwork?
Yeah, I got lost in the paperwork. Turns out it was actually my old units, and it's a whole thing.
Poor guy had to turn in his favorite axe.
Turned it into
You
somebody's
got assigned
skull.
a different axe.
Yeah, that's the
Fucking
same.
bullshit.
I just got reassigned the same axe with a different unit number sheath.
Like you handed it to them and then they handed it
I
back
just
to you.
swapped the sheaths out and handed it. Yeah, okay, go see the quartermaster 3 doors down. Just them handing it to each other.
The thing is, like, a lot of the stuff you have to return when you're turning in your gear is stuff that they won't actually, like, redistribute. Like, some of your cold weather gear, which is, like, fuck, I always call them stockings, but, like, they're, like, the,
Long Johns?
long johns, yeah. Like Long Johns, like they're not redistributing those because they come to you brand new in a pack, right? But you still have to turn them in. If you don't turn them in, they charge you.
What?
Just let him keep the fucking Long Johns.
I wanted to keep
That's
the sleeping
underwear.
bag because the sleeping bag
Okay,
was dope.
I will try to hack this creature's tentacle that is holding me.
All right, make an attack roll.
Is it at the disadvantage?
Yes, you are restrained.
How dare you? Oops. No, that wasn't great.
You attempt to hack through it, and it is just so muscularly squirmy that you're having trouble making a good connection. It just sort of rebounds as you attempt.
What else can I do? It might have been everything. Oh, you know what? I will tell it to drop the you're not a gnome, you're green goblin, and face me, and I will issue a champion challenge.
Also, the creature is now with you. Each creature of choice that can see within 30 feet of you must have a wisdom save. They're on a field, so the creature can't willingly move more than 30 feet away from you. So it ends in the creature
Oh,
being
never mind.
able
I
to-
was thinking compelled duel. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Can I rescind that? Because I definitely
Yeah.
thought that was basically just an AoE compelled duel. I apologize.
There's some, yeah,
Like
Yes.
it reads like it's supposed to be, but it's
Right.
not quite as.
yeah, like it just doesn't have enough oomph to be what you want it to be. But yes,
Right.
go ahead and swap it out for something else if you'd like.
I mean, I don't have anything else as a bonus action,
Okay.
so I will just leave it. I just in my head, right? Because it sounds and Oath of the Crown. It feels like that's supposed to be like your one big AoE compelled duel, right?
Yeah, and I'm not opposed to changing that because I feel the same way. But we'll talk about it if you remind me.
Yeah. Talk about it later.
That is your turn. On the initiative of 14, that copperish swirl of sand starts to shift beneath your feet, Arthanos.
I
And
hate it.
creatures emerge out of the dirt. They appear to be insect-like, but they are about a foot long and cylindrical, with hundreds of tiny legs.
I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Could we have a big picture of this, please?
I swear to God, I will
Austin,
close
can
the
you
fucking
get me?
tab.
Can you get me a swarm of centipedes, please?
Sure. They're
I
kind
will
of cute in that image, actually.
leave the
They look like
They
they
actually
got funny
do
little
look-
mustaches.
Yeah.
We'll leave the
Fucking
Discord.
stop.
All right.
The creature is going to move forward. The swarm of creatures is going to move forward and occupy your space.
I think that Tony decided how many different monsters can I put on the same map.
Well, yeah, I like to diversify. That's my favorite thing about 4th edition is that like monsters had roles, so you could be like,
Yeah.
I need a tank and a striker and a healer, and like here's the monsters that work well together that do those functions.
Yeah, and then you have to like bullshit the reason they're together. I like that part.
Yeah.
Why would this have this minion thing?
21 to hit.
It misses.
Disappointed about that.
I mean, at this point, you should be expecting it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, shame on me. Gex, you are restrained. Oh, and you're closer to like right there.
Escape DC 15. And I can't use strength because I have disadvantage, and if I manage to get out, then I fall 30 feet into the water.
You could acrobatics. I don't think you have disadvantage there.
I'm going to try to acrobatic and then maybe not die in the fall. Let's
Alright,
find
so-
out.
Well, you won't die when you hit the water, probably.
Slip down into the depths of the cave.
All right, you are able to break free and you fall 30 feet down. I need you to make an athletics check. You are immediately caught by the torrent of water and pushed towards the south. With all of your might, you dig your hands and claws, your fingernails into the wooden bridge, and as you pass underneath it, you're able to hold on. What would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
So I'm holding on to like a wooden piece going downward, or just like
Like one of the stanchions of the bridge, yeah.
okay.
So the torrent of water is still buffering you as you're just barely keeping yourself from getting passed under the bridge.
Can I move, or would that count?
No, you still have your movement. You'd be closer, like right there.
How far is the bridge above the water, by the way?
Only about 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, but the water's running. Is there a side of over here or below that is lower than the other that I could try to jump up?
On the east side, it's about a 5-foot climb. On this west side, it is a 10-foot climb. It's a bit more sheer. And unfortunately, the rocks are wet.
Probably one on both sides.
Now, the lattice work of the bridge is convenient for climbing. It will be one more check to get out, but it'll probably be easier than the other two options.
Yeah, I'll try that.
All right. Make another athletics check.
Oh, rolling well.
That is perfect. You are at half speed, but you can easily crest to the top of this with your remaining movement.
So like right there?
Yep.
All right, I'm dripping wet, ready to get slapped as soon as it's turn.
Yeah. On the initiative of 5, more dust begins to swirl around, and you see creatures emerging out of the earth and forming into little imp-like faces that start to lunge at you.
Really are hitting that diversity quota. Holy shit.
Yeah.
One of them is going to come over here to Ren,
Oh, they fly.
and as it flies up, it is going to ask you to make a DC 10 dexterity saving throw along with Nova.
I think I can do that.
I have made a mistake. Map layer, there we go.
Wait, did you say big mistake?
No, I was trying to adjust the method, and I realized all these suits of armor were on Tophet's token. I was like, I don't know how to get it back. Rin, you succeed, and so don't you, Nova. The second one is going to target just Arthanos. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
You also succeed as this blinding bit of dust rolls out over you. On the other initiative of 5, this creature steps forward and is going to pick on the elf. Man, I love when I have a lot of turns. It's like I'm the only one playing the game. It crafts out of iron and stone as it lifts its body up and hauls itself over to you a maul. And it's going to strike out at you.
It's gonna try.
Once
Fail.
and twice.
Hell no.
It strikes out twice but is unable to hit, and then it is Rin's turn.
Okay. I think step 1 is thinking about if I can pull that creature off of the ceiling into the water. I don't think I can do that. So step 2 is getting Nova out of the creature, right?
I think
Nova's not
Nova...
stuck.
Yeah, Nova's not stuck. Nova does
Oh,
not
not
want
stuck.
to.
Right now, just Oswald.
Right.
Yeah,
Just
I
Oswald.
have been very dodgy. I am not. Don't want this thing to touch me.
She fell over and squeaked.
I
I'll
went
scoot
full on
around
trick.
you. I think the
Dignified.
method can attack me.
It will try. These things are very dangerous. Does a 13 do it?
Nope.
Tragic.
I will try and hack the tentacle off of Osborne.
All right. Make an attack roll.
I have 2 attacks. Would you like another, sir?
Yes, it will take one more.
Ooh.
Well, actually, you hit it before, didn't you, Osborne? What did you hit it for? No, you rolled 2 11s. Never mind.
Yeah, it was 211.
You do make a good connection, but you're unable to slice entirely through the tentacle, and it still holds Osborne.
Okay. I am going to. I really want him to be out of there, but doesn't Roper just attack him again next turn?
And there's a lot of tentacles out there, man.
One fewer.
Fuck it.
Complete that.
I'll use my last maneuver to bait and switch. I'm going to switch places with Osborne.
That's just, I like the image of how that like
Yeah.
shove Osborne out while you push yourself.
Yeah,
in.
this is like a sleight of hand thing, right? Like you just try
Whip
to.
into these DMs.
You're trying to Indiana Jones like something else onto the platform, only that something
Right.
else is you.
There's at least one like.
I'll allow it if you would like to be restrained instead.
Yeah, I'll be restrained instead. And Osborne can have +4 AC.
Woo!
Or I'll have +4 AC because it'll pull me.
You'll,
That's a good
yes,
call.
you have plus 4
Yeah.
AC. That's a way better idea.
I'll take +4 AC.
All right.
You do it.
Anything else
You
for
do
you?
it.
I have a bonus action. I don't think I have anything to do with it. So no, I'll just make sure to keep a good hold on my shield and I'll point it towards the mouth. It's like the worst cookie he's ever eaten.
All right. So on its turn, it is going to attempt to grapple with its tendrils. Osborne, Nova, Arthanos, and Gex.
I appreciate that you keep trying to like include me, but I'm good.
I just got back, damn it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be in range over here. Fuck this thing.
So, in this order of Arthanos,
Get fucked.
we have Osborne, we have Nova, and we have Gex.
Ah!
Can I use my Sentinel reaction to attack
Yeah.
the tentacle?
I see the tentacle coming down at me and shield.
Oh, never mind.
And I assume that that makes it miss. That's. I'm very upset. I'm disappointed in the production team immensely.
There was another squeal, except this time, like, I didn't even know I had shield, didn't even know I could do it. Just, poop, pops up.
All right. So just Osborne and Ren are grappled. Is that correct?
Yep.
You don't have more than 17 AC?
I have 16.
Oh, that's so sad. I should have given you the AC.
Yep. Right, chainmail. Is it chainmail 14?
16.
Wait. Oh, I don't use
Chain
shield.
shirt is 14
No,
plus.
no, I don't use. I forgot I don't use a shield. I have a long stick.
Oh, right.
All right. With the two of you grappled, it is going to pull both of you straight up to it.
This is exactly where we want to be.
Actually, it's going to pull Osborne straight up to it, and Ren, you're going to be kept about 10 feet off the ground. Once it has you up there, it's going to bite you with advantage 19 to Osborne?
Who's it biting?
Osborne.
Yeah. No, that hurts. That is painful.
It is mean.
Wait, chainmail, don't you have splint mail?
No. Did I get splint?
I thought we got it from the castle.
No, because I got any medium or light armor except I.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
They're like, here's armor you don't wear. Like, cool, thanks, guys. It was another one of those requisition form fuck ups.
Fucking bureaucracy.
Yeah.
On the initiative, 20 at the top of the round, one of the rest monsters is going to move forward, and it's going to start sniffing around you, Gex.
Oh, get out of here.
That is its turn. Nova, it's yours.
So kind of testing this shield a little bit, like, what, okay, I can work with this. I'm going to shoot Witch Bolt, or not shoot it, it's already attached to him, so I'm going to try it again.
Is it still critted? Is that just a right? Oh shit.
18 damage, and in fact, the roper will take all of it.
Yes. And then I am going to quicken and use Sacred Flame at these two guys. Those two, yeah. Right over there. Yep. Like, I'm feeling a little cocky with...
spicy.
Like, yeah, I'm feeling a little spicy behind my shield.
Okay, so quicken, spell sorcery to make it a bonus action. And then is it your subclass that lets you hit 2 targets?
Yeah, the Lunar Sorcerer if they're within 5 feet.
And which 2 are you targeting?
The 2 closest to Arthanos.
So he's got a swarm, and he's got a metal guy, and he's got a mephit.
Yep, the Swarm and the Metal Guy.
Swarm and the metal guy. All right,
Support
so
this
that's
decision.
a DC Dexterity 16.
You don't have to do the math. They just fail.
I mean, I feel like it would be disingenuous if I didn't. And this one... Got a lot of character sheets open. This is my own demise. Okay, so the larger elemental creature is able to resist, but the swarm of centipedes is not, and it will suffer radiant damage. And okay, yeah. All right. Anything else for you?
Yes, I would like to move out of their range. Again, kind of cautiously making sure that the shield moves with me. Oh, it does. How rad. And yes.
Okay.
Shield's gone.
The
Oh,
method
you're
would like to make an attack against you, but it already used its reaction on Ren, so you are good to go.
Yeah, I just like squeal again and like sidestep. Nope, 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 nope.
And let me ask you a question. Are you wearing any metal on you?
I don't.
A dagger?
Yeah, I
Can
think
you?
I've got like a dagger, but
Robes, man.
yeah, I've got the mage robes.
Wizard shit.
Yeah.
As you start to snake past the Congo line of this bridge, this rust monster follows you and starts to sniff at where you keep your dagger.
At least
Nope.
it's not sniffing me.
How big are they, by the way, Tony? Like, how tall?
Probably I'd say like 3.5 feet tall. They're
Okay.
kind of like about 4 feet long, so they're not small, but it is like picking up a Great Dane. Well, geez, so
I was
picking
gonna
up
say, like, Mastiff.
yeah, like the Irish Wolfhounds.
Okay.
Nope. Don't touch me.
Big,
Don't.
big
mm-mm.
dog size. Got it.
Yeah.
Or
Arthanos.
what breed of dog it is. Now, we were warned against making explosions or loud noises in the mine, correct?
You could destabilize the mines.
Okay, so in that case, fuck. I'll go ahead and cast this on my cat. We can use that damn. Oops, that's a 2. Fucking can't type. That's a. Use the damage roll if you want. If I pull out the fucking token. Is it gonna let me? Okay, there it goes.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
It's gonna go about there, I guess. As I then try to do this shit. I, as Arthanos, am going to move back, but also the cat is going to do this. Hit all of those, so I'm taking some opportunity attacks, I assume.
You're comfortable taking 3?
Yeah.
Okay. 1. 20 doesn't
Miss.
do it though, right? Okay.
It's 22.
I wish it were a low number.
Ugh!
Ha ha!
Can I shield that? Because if so, I did it.
Yeah, you can. Spin the spell slot.
Okay.
Fuck, what else do I have? The
So that's
centipedes?
27.
Come on, that 20. Okay.
Just off a bit. Honestly, I should have just taken the fucking damage. I think, oh well. Yeah, and then that's 10 damage at DC 15 of, we'll go with acid for that cone coming from the cat.
Dexterity. Dexterity. Acid, pretty safe to use against things made of metal.
Figured.
Really good saves in that one, though.
Earth elemental.
Okay, so
All right, well, 10, 5, 10, that's not bad damage.
as the pool of acid rolls out over the centipedes, they are mostly eviscerated. Minus 13 and minus 6. Okay.
Okay, and then... I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Ren is 10 feet off the ground?
Ren is 10 feet up, yes.
10
Osborne
feet
is
off the
30.
ground.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
have
I
I
could-
been pulled off the bridge yet? Is a
Yeah,
good
sorry,
question.
I actually should. It would be closer to like this.
Okay.
Okay. I couldn't reach him with just Sword Strike, so I will Booming Blade this Mephit next to me.
Method.
That is a
It-
clean hit. And
Okay.
it takes that thunder right now, right?
I mean, the bottom thunder, yes. The middle thunder is if it moves before
Got it.
my turn. Speaking of which, since they are not on the bridge anymore, I'll move some more.
All right. Osborne,
That's it.
it's yours.
Got him right where I want him. Yeah, man. I think we're just gonna do the. How's this creature looking? This corn on the cob.
It's robust still.
Okay. Looking healthy.
Yeah.
Looking girthy.
Yeah.
Some might say moist.
Oh, it's definitely moist.
Veiny.
Vascular.
Cheesy,
Vascular.
even.
I hate this.
I was thinking elotes. What were you thinking of?
That is concentration. I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to boop this man.
Boop him.
Big boop.
Ooh.
Hang on.
With
I've got
disadvantage,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
you do not hit.
Forgot that was restricting.
I boop him again. God damn it.
You are still unable to connect.
Okay. This. Oh. Yep, that's it. That's what I got. You know what I should have done both turns? Athletics checks. You know what I didn't do both turns? Athletic checks.
Don't
Oops.
you
I believe in you.
have another attack?
Nope. I have 2.
Oh, no bonus attack. Okay.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, you were absolutely right. Boop. It continues to be ineffective, though.
Just flailing around this big stick while you're...
I mean, I'm wrapped up in a tentacle 30 feet in the air with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Somebody
Just
told you to do the
yelling,
helicopter
"Nope,
and you're
nope,
just
nope,
swinging it
nope."
around like that.
Yeah.
You know, like
Hitting
when,
myself as much as...
like when they give dogs like foam swords and then play with them, like the
Yeah.
sword fight. It's a lot like that. This swarm of centipedes is going to chase after you, trying to snake its way up your legs.
Son of a bitch.
It is at half HP though. 7 doesn't do it. Gex, it's yours.
Well, nothing in the immediate vicinity is up my ass, so I'm going to take out my short bow and try to shoot the stalactite thing right in the tooth that bit into me.
All right, let's see it.
So technically, he's being grabbed.
He
But
is
is that
chasing.
nectar? All right. As soon as I find where the attacks are, that's definitely a miss.
Unfortunately, this thing has a stone-like visage as well as a stone-like coating to its skin. You're unable to pierce it.
I'm going to move away from it.
All right, you are free to do so. This creature is going to fly over at you, Gex.
And it takes 13 damage.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Moves-
So it is here,
Wait a
There's
minute.
one to the right.
here. So 15-foot cone. 5 feet. Okay. It explodes into a cloud of dust and dies.
We did it.
First time I've seen Booming Blade do the secondary damage, I think. Like in any game ever.
This creature is going to step through. I'll move it like here. Step through the swarm of centipedes and is going to attack. I'll say one at Arthanos and one at Ren, who is in the air.
Oh, shit, it's got
Hey,
the
if it can reach me, I can reach it, right?
Correct, Mundo.
If it's attacking Arthanos, I can bop it in the face.
Go ahead. It makes one attack.
Disadvantage.
One
I'm
attack.
sad it's a disadvantage.
17. Ooh, why doesn't it have its AC on there?
It's okay, Tony. I can make it a 20 if you'd like.
I'll let you know if it's necessary. If for some reason it doesn't have AC.
It's just that easy to hit. It's a rock. It's not dodging shit.
Come on, roll 20.
It's wearing armor.
No, I know.
And it is
Which
18.
seems ineffective. Why is the rock wearing armor? I don't know. What? I'll use fortune again.
It's for fashion.
Well, actually, it would only be 19 because there's only 2 allies within whatever the range is.
19 does it, and it will suffer 10 damage, except as your attack strikes into it, its rock and metal nature, your weapon seems less effective.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It will then take its second attack at you for trifling.
It has advantage. It misses.
Let me down, Roper fucking Myrmidon combination.
Ropers are pretty scary on their own.
Yeah, Roper.
Yeah. This thing can fuck off.
Ren, it's yours.
Okay, Tony, I have 2 ideas. Let me know which one you'd like to pursue. I can try and tie its tentacles together. That seems stupid. Or I can try and cut myself free.
Jump in its mouth. Won't expect it.
I like both of these. Yeah.
Okay.
Your choice.
Great. Can I get a hold of its other tentacles? Are they coming near me?
So, how many tentacles can you take at one time?
At least 3.
It's important that I ask this, not of Japanese people. At 3, you think you could take 3 tentacles?
That's
Yeah.
how big they are, man.
So, like, okay, so you double fist, a tentacle in each hand, right? How do you get the third one? You
Mouth.
mouth? All right.
Butt cheek.
So,
Tentacle point.
Hobgoblins have fangs. It'll be fine.
all right. So here's what I'm gonna do. You're gonna have to make 2 athletics checks to get a tentacle each. The third one you'll make with disadvantage because you're trying to mouth it.
Okay, well, lucky for me, I have one already attached to me, so I only need the extra 2.
Fine.
Always got you there, Tony.
All right. This thing is
Athletics
swirling
checks.
around, attempting to smack and thwack your teammates. Make 2 athletics checks so you can grab some tentacles.
Austin clearly has experience with tentacles.
That one's less fun, but the first one's funny.
All right. You have a tentacle wrapped around you and a tentacle in your hands, which you can, I'm assuming, tie.
Yeah, I'll try and tie them together.
All right. Make 1 more athletics check. It is going to contest.
Ooh, use my last fortune on that?
It's up to you.
This is exactly the kind of stupid I want to happen, so let's say yes. That's all 3, Tony. You got them all.
You managed to tie 2 of its tentacles together, effectively reducing the number of active tentacles it can have at a time by 1.
Yeah. Now I'd like to action surge.
You son of a bitch.
And I want to grapple the rock monster. I've dropped my sword, by the way. I just, threw it. I don't know,
Just onto the
over
bridge.
here.
Okay. To the rust
yeah,
monster?
I assume this is Bueller.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he can be Bueller. He can be full.
Bueller's full, it's fine. My sword will never be the same. What? What did I say I want to do? Oh yeah, I want to grapple. I want to grapple this guy. So if I get pulled, I pull him off the bridge.
Oh, okay. You want to grapple him. Oh
Yeah.
man, he is big and heavy and strong. Make an athletics check.
So I want to ask you, can I use precise strike on this?
Roll precise strike.
It says whenever you make an attack, you can do it with advantage, and if it hits, it does like other stuff.
Technically, a grapple is a modified attack roll, so
Oh, it says no. It specifies weapon attack roll.
yeah, there, got you there.
Okay, you got me. All right, we'll just athletics.
Tragic. So you're grappling it so that it has trouble lifting you up.
Yep. Lifting me up, or if it pulls it off of the bridge, that's cool with me too.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's gonna have trouble in the water, won't it?
Okay, I have a second attack. Can I try and pull it off the bridge?
Sure.
All right, another athletics. 24.
Man, it's getting hard to beat. Doesn't have athletics. I think it has to roll 19 on this.
You got this, Tony.
Didn't I have inspiration from that one time that you gave it to Water Lily, who is
Yes.
also me?
Go ahead, use it. Oh my god, it did it! Amazing!
Freaking did.
God, I'm so good at this game.
That's my turn.
420.
You kick against the chest, trying to shove it off. It is still grappled, but not off. You'll have to get it off next time. On the Roper's turn, I do need some validation. I need to notice somebody laughed at that joke. It is
got it.
going to.
Yeah. Yeah, I laughed. I was just muted.
It's going to attempt to grapple. Man, so I got 3 tentacles this time.
2 of them are.
He's only got
used.
3 tentacles this time.
You
Tony,
only have
before
like 2 targets.
Who said that? Who said that in my voice, but dumber?
to change the subject real fast, before he goes, so Sam forgot that I have to be within 30 feet to maintain Witch Bolt. Nova would not have. Would you allow me to retcon and be a little closer?
I mean, yeah. I'd say you're still within 30 feet if you like where you're at, though.
Okay, I didn't know if that counted with him being up high.
I
Non-Euclidean.
try not to do too much Pythagorean theorem.
It's a non-Euclidean universe.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate everything about that. Okay. All right, then continue on. Sorry, I just didn't know if you needed me to move closer and...
I actually do need you to move closer, but only because it's going to try to get you with one of those tendrils.
Except now I know I'm okay, so we're good.
Does a 22 hit you? Are you still good?
I mean, you could. Yeah, no, that pretty much covers it. You could still recall.
Arthenos!
It misses because I still have shield up.
Hey, so much.
AC-27, look at me. Wait till you get Tony's gonna heat metal your sword, and you're gonna have to drop it, and then you're gonna lose your blade song, and he's gonna laugh maniacally.
I know.
Heat metal his sword, Tony.
Hey, Tony, could you re-roll that 22 at Nova?
It can
Tony.
reach Nova?
Tony,
Yeah.
I just want you to know that even if you heat metal my sword, that's just telling me that I won.
First, an attack roll at Gex.
Hey.
And
Oh,
then
shit, that
a
hit.
re-roll at Nova.
It could reach that far?
Still hits.
Oh,
In fact, it
no.
has a range of 60.
Jesus
Lord.
God, I
Christ!
forgot ropers are
Wait,
nuts.
Pythagorean theorem the shit.
Where you
No,
getting
I can still get there. Just trust me.
advantage too?
You probably, since you're stuck in there. Nova is less than thrilled.
Give it a wrench. That's like advantage, right?
Nope, don't like this. Nope, don't do tentacles. Don't do, no, never, no.
Two
this
of
is,
you are grappled by these tentacles, and it is going to reel you 25 feet closer.
Ooh.
Let's say here.
Jesus Christ!
We're having a party in space.
It
Big
is going to
party.
reposition you, Ren, over here. And that is going to take the Myrmidon with it. which you can then drop into the water if you would like.
Okay, let me ask you this. Can I insight the Myrmidon? How's it? Does it feel like it would survive the water? I don't want to just murder this beautiful armor creature.
In fact, where it's positioned over this rocky outcropping, it would take fall damage rather than wash away in the water.
That doesn't make me feel better, but all right.
I can't help you with the morals of it.
At least it's not a rust monster. I dropped
Hey,
it.
don't dent my new plate.
All right, you're 30 feet up. The bridge is about 10 feet over the water where the rock is. Roll 4d10s for damage.
$23.
It suffers full damage as you drop it, and you see its form just crack down parts of it. What we got over here? Arthano selfishly doesn't want to join all his friends in the air.
Am I still the same distance from the creature, though?
Yes.
Or am I next to it now?
You're hovering. It is going to pull you in tight. It's actually going to pull all of you in tight.
This is kind of nice. This is like
No, I'm okay. I don't need to be held close.
And we're going to roll a d4, and I feel like it's only fair if Rin or Nova gets bitten.
What?
And it is Nova. We've done it.
No.
We did it.
So it pulls you in, opening that giant maw, and just tries to take a bite. Its
no.
teeth scraping along your mage armor.
No.
Looks like...
No.
Wow! I rolled 1 1 and 3 2s. I'm
I have a
upset.
feeling that this might be Nova's fate. First the dragon, now this thing.
Yeah, I don't want to keep getting ed by things.
You want to roll that Constitution check of 1?
I'm upset. I was doing 30 damage before it, only 11? This is just stupid.
Yeah, it did 30 damage to me.
Felt good about that.
The emotional damage that's being done to me is pretty high.
By the big throbbing corn on the cob.
You're not helping.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm competing with,
Gonna use
like,
it the long way.
our generation to begin with. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
it's a Pyrrhic victory at best. Nova, it's your turn.
I
Oh,
assume do the thing.
God, I have to resist the urge to, like prestidigitation when my clothes clean. Like, no. And I'm going to shoot Witch Bolt right into its slobbery
You're just
mouth.
zapping him again.
Yeah.
Is it? So we didn't get a chance to ask last time because it was another crit. Is it crit damage the whole time?
Probably not, but I think Witch Bolt is a underpowered spell, so let's say yes.
Okay.
Let's say if you crit on Witch Bolt, it can be a crit the whole time.
I don't think you even need the attack roll after the first one. Right?
No.
Oh no, you don't.
Rolls the damage, which is nice.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So 15 points.
That's another 15, and it is bloodied.
Get out.
Anything else for you, Nova?
But can I use like an athletics check to try to like wiggle out?
So I think that was your action to Witch Bolt.
You're right. Sorry.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
If you
Yeah.
have like Misty Step, that would help.
That would be real nice, wouldn't it? That'd be really. No. I sit there covered in slobber and debating my life choices that brought me here.
They were poor ones.
Yeah.
For some reason, you just remember the time you met everyone else, and you're like, huh. Osborne.
Yeah, thanks for skipping over me there, Tony. You just
Arthanos,
want my
fine.
shield to continue. All right. How many spare tentacles does the thing have?
So,
Like that
in
aren't currently
fact,
grappling.
right now, it looks like it has 5 available to it, because
Jesus
2
Christ!
of them are tied up.
What the fuck? All right.
Wait, 5 total, so there's 4 of us grappled, so it has 1 left.
It has 1 left, yeah. If
Oh,
it had,
I thought you were saying it has 5 more. I was like, what the fuck?
Sorry. It had 6, and then 2 of them got tied together, so it had 5. 4 are grappled, 1 left over.
Okay.
You can
Well-
guess where that's going.
Yeah, I can make a little assumption there, or educated guess. The these fucks, are they inside of my space or
They
next
were
to?
in the space where the Myrmidon was, because that's how far it could get on
Right.
its turn.
Okay. All right. So the cat is gonna fly over here, and I'll let you pick. Oops, didn't mean to open that. I meant to do this. That's supposed to hit all three of them.
It won't hit the Roper. The
No,
Roper's
okay, so it is
up.
too high.
Yeah.
Too high. So it'll just hit the centipedes. Really, thank you for including those, Tony, and the Myrmidon, with acid damage, which I do need to roll because that's how this works.
Excellent. Roll a D100.
10 again.
And
Okay.
it will make a save.
13.
The acid starts to work its way through the bridge.
Ooh.
Ah, fuck.
The 19. God, it's so good at dexterity saving
What
throws.
the fuck?
I wish it was good at hitting people.
Yeah, that would help you, eh? Then
He's
the
going to
cat
suffer
is
6 acid.
Yeah, 6.
Oh, I was looking at the 13 for some reason. It's going to take 5 acid.
Yeah. Cat's gonna fly away a little bit, and then Arthanos is going to. Thing's fucking 30 feet in the air. I'm assuming like its foot is on the ceiling, so you can't. It's not like I can do anything to it really. Disintegrate time. No. Fire bolt, I guess. Hey.
Any chance it's immune to fire?
Hope not. Fire's already such a shitty damage type.
It suffers 23 fire damage.
Pretty good.
And is
That's
starting to
pretty
look
good.
hurt for the first time. Like, really hurt.
Little singed too.
Yeah.
I'm singed.
Piece of shit. I'm gonna just get a little further away from. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna move at all. I'm gonna stand right there. It's my turn.
All right, Osborne, it's yours for real.
Okay, all right. I am here. Hello. I have advantage, so there is at least one of these that is that is going to be a straight roll. Because he is hurt or he's bloodied. How's he looking?
He is hurt.
Okay. Swinging for the fences. Straight roll. Ready, go. 22.
That hits.
Okay. Then we are going. If that hit, then we're gonna. Where is it? Shit. Sorry. Why did Smite disappear off my character sheet? That should be at level 2. I did not let me do that. Yep. Fuck.
Target. They will know.
What's that? Yeah. Contact. Is it just 1d8 for another level?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't it
didn't-
already
it
at level
didn't-
2? It's
What's that?
2d8.
Per
Or
level?
It's Smite 2d8.
It's
That's
2d8
first
and 1d8 for every level above 1. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh.
I think.
8 points of damage. That's horseshit, but it is what it is.
8 points of damage is a pretty
Yeah, it
lean
didn't.
hit
It
to
didn't ask me. It didn't ask me for upcasting. So.
I mean, I guess you
Almost,
could have
that's
just
all
used the 1d8 rolled fiend or undead.
Oh yeah, I guess I could have, but
Oh well.
here we are now.
Can't wait till this thing dies and then you guys are still crap by it.
And then we all fall.
Yeah.
We'll do this thing again. This will be a disadvantage, and then I will do this thing again. 6, 8. Nope.
Unfortunately, the next 2 attacks are not enough to hit it.
I continue to flail, and for a bonus action, I would like to flail some more.
Gex, it is yours.
Well, I'm grappled again. So I'm not 30 feet up, though, since I was kind of farther away. Right? It moved me 25.
It moved you 25, so you're what, here?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, you're right up there.
But 30 feet up?
Yeah.
Or just like, okay.
Technically, probably not because of Pythagorean theorem, but who has time?
Not me. I can make a melee attack against it, yes?
Correct.
Would that be sneak attack? Yeah.
I'll allow sneak attack because we got rid of the can't sneak attack on disadvantage, but you do have disadvantage.
You have disadvantage. I'm not going to hit the tentacle. I'm going to hit the thing. If arrows don't pierce its skin, maybe a short sword does. Or maybe I just suck.
Shit.
Insufficient.
Well, I tried.
You did.
At least I'm alive. I look at Osborne.
The initiative of 5. This creature is going to climb to the top of the bridge and make its way towards the only thing that can be hit, even though it can't actually be hit.
The question is, do I have any level 1 slots left? And the answer is yes.
Are you shielding then?
Yep.
All right.
Sorry, I figured I didn't need to roll it.
No, I just want to know that you used the spell slot and
Yes, I
committed
did.
to it. All right.
Just gonna burn through them all in this combat, huh?
I mean, I had already burned through a fair bit from the Onkeg, and we haven't long rested yet, but
This is exactly what Tony wants.
I'm
It's
sure it is.
literally exactly. Ren, it is your turn.
I have a lance.
Oh, wait!
Oh yeah.
The Mevet's going to fly up and attack Ren.
Okay.
I deleted his buddy off the initiative.
He may do so. Yeah, that's about right.
Ren, it's yours.
So I have a lance. I already have disadvantage, so this really doesn't, hurt me much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna poke the Mephit. Bink.
As a dead Mephit. It explodes, and I need you and Gex to both make...
God.
Me and Gex? Gex is like way down here.
you
Don't
gotta
get pulled up,
refresh.
but-
You mean me?
Oh, okay.
You and Gex... where's-
And the Roper.
And the Roper to make... Constitution saving throw as it explodes into dust and attempts to blind you.
See, I already have disadvantage anyways. You've been unblinded. That's fine too.
Gex, you are blinded for 1 minute.
Oh, I think that might pass actually.
Ren, you are not blinded for 1 minute.
Cool. I have another attack. I attack the Roper. 10.
10 doesn't do it.
Alright. That's my turn.
Whew. That guy's hard to hit. It's getting hurt. It's going to attempt to bite Ren.
Alright. Go for it, brother. Yeah, that hits.
What is that hammer there for?
Sentinel.
I have Sentinel too.
Damn it. I mean, it's still a little weapon. So it's really just flailing. That's what it is.
Yeah, I convinced Tony to trade the mark thing for Sentinel because I hate the mark. I hate the way it works.
I would like...
You're my Sentinel triggering buddy.
Alright.
I would like for each of you
Whoa! Each.
to roll a D100. Good things happen high.
I mean, always.
Check
for
this
everybody?
shit out. Woo! 89's pretty good.
Both are more high than they are low, no question.
True.
Is each of you the entire party?
Yes, all of you.
I thought so.
Except Arthados, actually, sorry.
Oh,
Double ones, baby.
Let's go.
I was just about to say, because I already caused the bridge
Ooh,
to
that's
become
good too.
damaged.
The Roper is going to hold Gex in one tentacle and Rin in the other, and it's going to collide your heads while making a now kiss sound.
Yeah.
Well, at least it gets some action.
It's my favorite. Beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Tony, take an inspiration.
Wait, does this count as it attacking Gex?
Technically, there's
We
no
both
attack
first
roll,
roll?
but I'll allow it.
Lance it.
I hammer it.
Lance.
Yeah!
Oh, do you know what's fun? We're flanking, so I have +2 to this, so that's an 18. Ah?
I also
Good
smite
point.
this.
As Gex is about to collide with you, Ren, you don't have to use the smite.
Okay.
Both of you slash out, tearing into it, causing the attack to fail as it dies.
Oh,
And we all
You guys-
We all
four
fall.
of you are dropped into the water.
Did you save a level 1 spell slot for Featherfall?
But you were asking
No,
me.
but
it was
you
like,
know, if we read the name here, Featherfall always prepared once per day for free.
Oh,
Oh,
is that part
but
of
wait.
your robe stuff?
Did you shield?
I did shield, so I don't have a
A reaction.
reaction. So
you have other
See you guys.
bodies.
Amazing.
All of you fall 40 feet.
Sploosh.
Ren, you narrowly avoid the rocks, but you're immediately thrown into them. The other three of you I need to make athletics checks as you attempt to grapple onto the bridge.
Getting there.
Oh,
Oh my god, you're so good at athletics.
I'm a -1.
I know. But you don't roll beneath 18. Nova does, however, roll beneath 18.
yeah. Nova is so grossed out by everything happening that there is no like trying to like. I'm actually okay if the river just takes me at this point.
You haven't seen the Odiugs that I have in the bottom of it.
What?
Odiugs
Osborne
are super cute. You'll love them.
and Gex, you both grapple onto the bridge as the acid from the acid spray starts to drip down onto you. Nova, you are sent 60 feet downriver.
Is this like clean river or is this like muddy, stinky river?
It is clean, but it is fast, and you see a frothing up above you, or up in front of your path. And you're not sure where that's taking you.
Shit.
A frothing in the night.
Yeah.
Good news is, it's your turn.
A Roper story.
I am going to cast Fly.
What the fuck? Why did I let you guys level
You can
up
do
so
that?
many times?
And I will rejoin my friends.
God, you guys are so strong.
Does it give you a fly speed? 60 feet. Holy fuck.
Yeah, fast.
pretty good.
Okay.
I assume you're up in the air somewhere.
Just join the cat.
I mean, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So,
Yeah. I am very
Indeed-
excited at
indeed,
this sudden ability to fly.
in D&D time, about 8 sessions.
So you guys like see me go down river and then like suddenly I'm in the air coming back going, look what I do.
That is a clutch spell to have at this exact moment. Arthanos, it is yours.
Your bonus turn.
Okay, now Tony, this earth elemental, do I think if I stab it with a sword, is it gonna rust my sword to death? I'm guessing not, but figured I'd ask.
You don't really have that inclination.
Okay. Then I will big boom. That's not a big boom, but go ahead and do that to him.
This creature seems resistant to the piercing damage of your weapon.
Who'd have thought? But the thunder damage, maybe he doesn't like loud noises.
In fact, that seems to affect him fully.
Okay. My cat is going to position such that it hits that thing, and not anybody else, which should be possible with the cone. And I forgot that I have to roll it because I'm smart. Well, acid.
The other creatures look on as you deal battle with the Myrmidon, and they do nothing as you attack it. The attack itself is pretty weak, but the acid breath will rain out for another
God damn it.
6 damage. as it continues to
should've said
drip
that.
down on the bridge.
Yeah. You know, imminent danger versus
Go ahead and roll a D100.
fuck.
Osborne, it's yours.
No, that's missed the other half of that. 47.
I will try to climb out of this water here.
All right.
Athletics.
If you want to go up the bank here, it's athletics. If you want to, well, it's a higher DC athletics. If you want to use the bridge itself, it's a lower DC athletics.
I'll probably just climb out the bridge. I assume there's some sort of like scaffolding or support structure.
Yeah, it has
there.
a good lattice work there for it. 10
But
is
is
enough.
it? Okay. Now I'm going to switch to my name just in time for Nova's turn. You know, the usual.
Mhm.
Okay, was that my action?
No, that was just your movement.
Sweet. I will actually, excuse me. Then I will do this thing. And we'll follow it with this thing. And then, just for good measure, I'll do this thing. Ooh.
I'll go ahead.
How's it
Okay, so
working?
that's a 21, a 20, and a crit.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 3 hits.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem resilient to your weapon attacks.
Let's do one of those.
Critical smite, 17 radiant.
Mhm.
It does suffer full damage from your radiant as you just strike out it with the hammer, and it sends these little golden lightning strikes down it, which explode into rock and iron. Anything else for you?
How's everyone else looking health-wise? I'm pretty beat up. Ren,
I'm
Arthenos
okay.
is fine.
I took
Yeah.
a couple nasty hits there, you know. It's
fuck her.
It's psychological damage. So
Yeah.
centipedes.
Yeah.
He's got like double the AC of the paladin.
Nova's so busy like trying to like clear off all the signs of battle on her, and you're busy trying to add them on.
to make it look like I did something.
Yeah.
Grix is doing okay. Ren's doing okay. All right. No, I will. We're gonna pop this because I'm not doing super great. We will heal everyone for 9 points.
Everyone.
I mean, everyone within 30 feet of me. Yep.
I think 9 HP.
9 HP.
Very pasty.
This is my turn.
Excellent. Gex.
So am I hanging from the bridge or am I on the bridge?
You've gripped the lattice work to keep from getting pulled under.
All right, I'm going to go up. Athletics?
Yeah. Now the bridge is wide enough that you can stand there. You'll just be at disadvantage if anything happens to like shake your footing.
Which I'm sure will happen right after I attack. So I'm going to attack.
Fair enough. Let's see it. Let's see you do damage.
Come on. Nope.
22 hits.
Disadvantage though, right?
No.
No, I
Or-
said to shake your footing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, screw that guy.
Yeah. In particular,
Oh wait, I'm blind.
you. All you had to do was keep your whore mouth shut. Take an inspiration. You do miss. Anything
Shit.
else for you?
Nope.
Do you use a short sword?
Yeah.
Do you dual wield?
No.
Okay. This creature on its turn has had no luck beating Arthenos. It's going to take 2 attacks, one at Osborne and one at Gex in that order. Sorry, I said Arthenos, I meant Osborne, but still misses. And then Gex, I assume that also misses.
It does, surprisingly.
And it takes 1 retaliatory attack back.
Wait, Yami, you're blinded?
2 damage.
How's a hammer piercing?
You're right, Kevin. He is blinded.
Damn it.
And Yami will take my inspiration.
It's got like a war pick on it.
I'm sorry.
Lucerne hammers have like a war pick on the end of a 10-foot pole.
Oh, I see.
Yami, you are hit for 10 bludgeoning damage, and
Take my inspiration. Like, as in, you can have it.
I feel inspired as I fall off the bridge.
Because I caused this.
target takes an extra 3d10.
What?
It should be using the backswing on this thing.
Thunder damage, and you must succeed on a DC 14 Dex strength saving throw or be knocked prone, which in this case means into the water.
Yami, I'm so sorry.
So-
DC 14 strength save.
Do I have disadvantage on the strength save if I'm blind?
No.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Right, amazing strength
How are
saves.
you like the burliest goblin ever?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Alright, so 25 points of damage.
His
to the
feet are
goblin.
just really sticky.
So sorry.
Oh, the thing is, like, you know when you go to take out the garbage and you touch something and you're like, oh, it's sticky,
Ugh.
right? Like that's what Gex looks like all the time. Just like
You know that
sticky
sound?
garbage.
Where your shoes are sticky and it makes
Yep.
when they're like that. He just sounds like that all the
Squelch.
time.
The squelch.
I find that sticky shoe sound really satisfying for some reason.
Say that again. I'm gonna add so many centipedes. Ren,
What? I'm not saying I'm gonna make the sound.
But are you gonna make the centipedes? I'll climb up.
God. I do a lot of things to erase
uh,
centipedes.
you do still need an athletics check just because the lattice work is moist.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you can fail though. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll second wind. That's a thing fighters do, right?
I've been told. I'll let you know if I see one.
Oh, got him. Except what?
Because he's a fucking wizard, Harry.
Martial wizard. Grand martial wizard.
Yeah.
I can't really get to the Myrmidon, but I have rope. Can I throw some rope to Gex in case he falls off?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Gex, some rope gets thrown at you while you're desperately trying to balance. Make a dexterity save. I'm kidding. You throw some rope.
It'd be amazing. Okay, would you rather me lasso him, Tony? Is that what you want? You want me to lasso this goblin?
Either that or the rope's hitting me in the face.
precariously balancing on the edge of a bridge, and you just throw a lump of rope at him.
I was thinking just like the end of one. I take the whole 60-foot rope and just discus it at him.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, let me lasso the goblin then. In that case,
Just, that way, when he falls, he just pendulums into the rock. Are you thinking this through?
no, and I don't care.
You
Yeah,
can.
we need.
You
No,
can use
I toss
net
him the
rolls.
rope. This is all a joke.
Okay. Rin, that's you. Anything else?
Is Bueller eating my sword? I just want to take a quick check.
No. The rust monsters are very actively watching the Myrmidon.
Okay, I give him finger guns because he's not eating my sword. That's it.
Nova, it's yours.
I'm going to help our little goblin friend.
You keep forgetting he's here.
Yeah, I know. Nobody acts shocked.
Only on death's door do you notice me.
Hey.
It's just the
When
blood
did you get
spurting
here?
out. That's the big tell.
Well, he turned red, so she recognized him because he's bloody.
Dark.
Red with blue. What color is goblin blood?
It's a fantasy world, man. What color is goblin blood?
Beige.
All right, good talk, Yami.
It's the worst blood color I
That's the
could
only
think
color
of.
that you could have named that I would have been like, yeah, that's weird.
Right? I was trying to think of the worst one.
It's just taupe. Eggshell.
Anyways, Nova.
So can I help ride him onto the ground?
Pull him up.
Like, yeah,
What
just
would
pull
you-
him up.
Yeah, you just want to grab him by an ear and pull him off to the side, scold him for
Yeah.
like standing on the edge.
Yeah, and do I get an advantage because I'm flying and can kind of mess with my
Oh god, I forgot
leverage?
you're flying.
Yeah, it's actually no check needed. You just kind of grab him, keeping yourself out of harm's way, and pull him away.
And how
Fly him around.
badly damaged does he look? I mean, I don't think I remember what he looks like normally, but is it obvious?
Can you see his aura?
Yeah. Orange.
Oh, I lied. I only have one special healing potion, but I don't think I'm going to use that.
Or
Sorry.
does it have a gold ribbon on it?
It's my super special healing potion. Okay, then that was my turn, was pulling him up.
So Yama, if you want to move over by Nova, she was dragging you over there. Ooh, Goblin turret's a good idea.
How far?
Just
Just
over
over.
here.
Yeah, safe ground. I don't really trust you by a bridge anymore.
When she
Flying
places
goblin
you
turret.
onto the ground, centipedes right now. Arthenos, it's yours.
Shit. Okay. Well, I'm getting worried about this bridge. So first we'll do this. For a 20 to hit.
I dropped my mouse and accidentally tapped. Back on screen. 18 is sufficient.
Okay.
Your weapon damage seems resisted, and it takes an additional 7 thunder.
Oh, the bridge seems bad. But yeah, I don't really have any follow-up to that either. God, it's tempting, but I think the cat will fly over here. And
Breathe
Arthenos.
acid on the goblin.
Yeah, exactly. Green for green. I'll stay here. I won't move yet. That'll be my turn.
Osborne.
I will bibbity boppity boo. Can I, I'm not a smart man. Can I just start using the backswing of this thing instead of the piercing end? It is lower damage, but it's bludgeoning, so I'm hoping.
So you can, but if you're basing that on damage type,
Uh-huh.
I'll just tell you what you've learned so far, which... Can I not click this? No, you can't click that. It is resistant to all non-magical weapon damage.
Oh, alright.
Oh, it took full damage.
Then I'll just... Oops. That last one should have been that damage. So sorry, it is... I assume a 9 doesn't hit, or an 11. 15?
Sorry, where's the first roll?
So the first roll was a 9. So 11, I think, with flanking.
Yeah, right. Miss.
no, it doesn't hit.
Miss
15.
hit.
So the 17, but the 17 should have been the backswing, because the third attack's a backswing, so it's the 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. That does it.
Yep.
Anything else? For
That is my turn.
Gex. Can you
Still
can you
blinded.
finish this off? Yeah, you are.
I go, where are they? And I start flailing around.
So Nova, he's flailing around, spinning in circles like
Like a cat.
Would you like to guide him?
I mean, I kind of just want to watch, but yeah. Like, what? Yeah, I am a guide.
I will say that you can help him out here to help orient his attack.
Yes.
Take a +2 bonus to it, Gex.
So, are you going to fly and lift me up above the creature, or are you just telling me where it is?
Well, to help shape that, what are you pulling out a ranged weapon to throw, or are
Yeah.
you just trying to
It's
stab
more
wildly?
information.
How dangerous is the cat to be next to you?
Yeah.
If I'm not told to take out something ranged, I'm going to try to swing a sword.
From 35 feet away.
I
Well,
mean,
he
if
doesn't-
Nova says it's far away in that direction, I will take out my. If she says it's next to you, I'm slapping the cat.
Oh, you're blind. I forgot about that.
Do not hit my fucking cat. The cat's
I
also
forgot
flying in
he
the air.
was
So
flying.
Yeah, I like the cat, so I'm gonna say, no, throw something that way, and I'm going to, like, because I'm still flying, so I'm, like, gonna use, like, my toe to kind of push your shoulder so you're facing the right way.
All I picture is her holding his toes, right, like the stock of a gun, and like cradling Gex like a rifle against her shoulder.
Like Tank Girl.
Yeah,
So here's
fucking
what,
Looney Tunes.
here's what we'll do for the collaboration. Both of you make an attack roll. I'll take away disadvantage, but we're going to add half of your rolls together.
Ooh. So it would be like a 40. Oh wait, half.
This will be like a 6
That's how math works.
plus
Achoo!
7.
13.
So the good news is, even if you hadn't collaborated, he
Oh, wait,
still
no.
would have missed.
Yeah.
The bad news is, like,
That was a cool way of doing that, though, Tony.
Yeah.
as you're spinning around, like trying to orient him, the cat just
Nope. That
gets
way.
a little
No.
interested.
There's not even a breeze. How are you moving?
Cat jumps on, takes a little ride. It is the Earth Elemental's turn, and it is done with these petty shenanigans. Not that done. It's going to take one swing at Arthanos. I know.
Old choice.
22. Does it at least eat up another shield?
That does
Oh.
hit.
it does hit me.
We did it!
Oh no, I'm suffering 13 damage.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the 3 damage because I still have those temporary hit points.
What the fuck is the point of giving you temp HP if you're just gonna shield everything?
I don't know,
The
man.
10 that you used the shield on literally would have done nothing to you.
Okay, and I saved for the fucking dragon's breath. It's
The 16 hit the thingy.
It does not, but it does retaliate 18 versus you.
That does hit.
All right, that is its turn.
You know what that would be if I had had temp HP? That would be temp HP right there. But since I didn't,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna temp HP you from now on because Arthemis doesn't get hit. I lance over Osborne's shoulder. Like a pull cue, I use them as that little, the stick with the rake at the end.
yeah,
That people that don't know how to play pool use. I get 2 attacks. Oof. Oof, that's not good.
17
Either of
and
those are good.
14 do not do it.
Yeah. Oh, I can use precise strike. Yeah, whatever. That's my
Nova,
turn.
will you save us from ourselves?
I don't. I mean, you guys.
No. Short answer, no.
Yeah. I'm
Not to that
going.
particular
Yeah.
question.
I'm gonna shoot.
What we done?
The Mind Sliver. That's what it's called. I'm shooting Mind Sliver at it. Since my Goblin gun doesn't work.
You gotta get sights maintained.
You need a red dot sight.
Is that where I went wrong?
It's where you give him pink eye.
Jesus. Intelligence saving throw. It is.
God, what?
It can be dexterity and like.
Well, it's not. It's got a fucking
This
-1.
rock elemental in plate armor is the most dexterous, intelligent creature we've
Yeah.
ever fought.
What the fuck?
Then I would like for my shot to go wide and just barely miss both Osborne and Arthanos. Oh, sorry.
Just cartoonishly.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
It does the ricochet.
Wait, what does your mind sliver look like?
Brain freeze.
Just say a beanbag.
Oh God, that was still. I listened to that first episode a week ago before my trip, and still that like, what is it? What does silver barbers look like? Beanbag.
Let's see. All right, so Nova, you make a good attempt. Arthanos, for Christ's sake, end it.
Listen, Tony. I wish. Let's see. 7 thunder enough?
Oh, and that thundering crackle reappears along its maw. Arthanos, 24 hits, 6 piercing, and 7 thunder. Still alive, still kicking, still swinging.
fucking... I mean, if everybody runs away from it, something could happen. Bring the cat over. And... Tony, is there any feasible way to hit just it and not me or Osborne with the acid breath?
Cat would have to like get melee range.
Yeah, you
I've
just
got
go
it
melee.
right next to it.
I believe in it.
I don't believe in the bridge,
Just
though.
get swatted down.
It's doing
Or just
it.
angle from below. Spit it up. It's fine.
Yeah, all right, Tony. I'll try to do that from like just below the bridge. It's gonna
It's
try
not gonna work.
I know. I know.
Let's see, a dexterity saving throw.
Jesus
Oh, it's
Christ!
so good.
So, this is
We
my
should
best
recruit this
monster. It
guy.
can't do anything.
There's a random earth mirror. What are they called? Myrmidams or whatever?
Myrmidons.
Myrmidon.
Myrmidon.
Good news. Half damage is enough to kill this creature. As the
big and
acid
melty.
boils through it and it begins to sizzle and fade. The bridge takes some damage as well. Roll a d100.
Is higher better?
Yes.
Pressed up by mistake. Oh.
The bridge starts to crumble and fall, but it does not fall apart so much that it causes any of you to spill into the water.
Okay.
Let's see.
Thank God.
Stop. The battle seems over. Do you two need to disappear to feed doggos?
Yes, please. My service animal, love him that I do, is throwing up. He's just walking up and like he is being a cat and batting shit off of the shelves of my desk and then looking at me.
That doesn't sound like a service animal.
Oh, not when he's
Sorry,
home.
I did not
Yeah.
expect that to be such a lengthy
No, you're good.
encounter.
Yeah.
Tony's like,
You
I
didn't,
really
you
thought
didn't
you guys.
expect us to be so ineffective. Joke's on you.
Tony's like, really, you guys should have handled this in like 3 rounds.
No,
I should really
it's
just
not that you
attack stuff
should've.
more.
It's well, I mean, yeah, like there was a lot of like shenaniganry, but when I built the encounter, I was like, man, the Myrmidon is really tough. Like he's got all these resistances, but they don't have any magical weapons. And I was like, but what if they tame the rust monsters?
That's what I was gonna do.
And like they sicken
That'd be awesome.
them on it. And I was like, oh man, that'd make. But tragically,
My next turn, I was gonna call for Bueller. What would I have had to do?
Animal Handling.
But yeah,
Oh,
to
man.
answer your question, Austin, he is a service animal, and when we are out working, that dude is dialed. Like he was with me all week, all of those flights, all of those like that whole trip, he was with me. But when we get home and he takes his vest off, he is just a shitty puppy.
Poor Dante.
That's kind of fun.
What's that?
Poor Dante.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a
actually a
shitty
great dog. He throws a fit when it's food time. Not when he's working. Silent.
Yeah, I should probably feed my cat too. I guess I'll do that while you guys do that. Be right
I should also feed my cat that totally exists.
back. Austin, do you need a cat?
I would love to have a cat.
I have tried many times to adopt one from a shelter near here. They do fosters primarily, but the great thing is like they'll let you take the cat home and like see if it meshes with you and like your other animals before you commit to it.
That's nice.
So like that's what I
Kitty.
want to do, so I can get that cat to make sure that it gets along well with my current cat, because I really want to get her a friend to play with.
Yeah.
But then I'm reminded that if I did, that my mother would just leave the door open, like get them killed. Yeah.
I'll take the cat.
You know, bold to say, hopefully she dies soon.
I mean, like, honestly, just tell her there's some drugs in the street or something. You know, get somebody to drive really fast.
Get her a life insurance like deal first.
I've tried actually, like
Yeah, that
not
won't
to
look
be like
suspicious at all.
not to be like too pessimistic, but I'm like thinking like, when you go, I have to let the state take care of it,
Cash it out.
because I do not have any funds to take care of like your funerals. None. So
Funerals are fucking ridiculously priced in America.
I think my
It's
dad's
nuts.
was like, I want to say like 7 or 8, and that's at a steep discount. Like I mean a
Okay.
steep, yeah. Like I
Yeah,
think originally it
just
was like
take my
13.
body to the woods and just put me in a hole. Like, it's okay.
Right. If I had any family that would bury me when I died, like no, please
Tony?
don't waste the money. Let the state take care of it.
How much does it cost? Do you not get billed if the state takes care of it?
Yeah. So there's obviously an option there that like if you are too poor to do it, the state will do something. But I don't think it meets any of like your demands or wishes. I've looked this up before, but I didn't look too far into it.
Oh, fantastic. I'm writing that into my will then. I gotta look at that.
I'm sure it'd just be cremation. I'm pretty sure that's the cheapest option.
Yeah. And
Cheapest
I don't know how
option
they
is throw me in
determine-
a fucking river.
I don't know how they determine that you're too poor. They might like be like, "Hey, you make enough, like we're billing you." I don't know.
It's weird.
Now I'm looking it up though.
I thought you were feeding your cat.
I'm gonna do that too.
Can I feed your cat? Meow.
You just take one of the hamsters out of the freezer.
Oh, they were guinea pigs.
Fucking
More
who
meat on
cares? Rodents.
Rats, guinea pig. Spike was a bro though. You used to pet him and he'd headbutt you. So get the hell out of here, man.
The
That's what
only
you want from
thing,
a pet.
the main memory I have associated with guinea pigs is that story. It's like a children's book or something about the guinea pig mother who eats her babies because
Ugh.
she's stressed.
What?
Yeah, I
mean,
read
I
that in
think
like
that does
5th
happen,
grade. It does, but there's like a book about it.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I had to read that. I've realized I did sophomore year of high school. We got to do a book report on any book we wanted, and I picked 1001 Arabian Nights. And that book is not safe for like school kids. My book report was on like sexual assault. In 101, because like 1001 Arabian Nights is like Shahrazad, whatever the fuck her name is telling the I don't remember, is he a czar or whatever, the king or whatever official stories, so he doesn't rape and impregnate her. Like that's the premise of the book. It's fucking wild. I was like, oh, this is on my reading list, huh?
All right, kitty cat,
like
let's go get
15.
you something to eat.
14, something like that. It's like, this shit is dark. Aladdin is not a happy story either, like the original one.
Is it not?
No, Aladdin is from 1001 Arabian Nights, and like it's about a peasant who like, it's not the Disney movie. Let's just say that.
Okay. I'm assuming Jafar wins the book.
Jafar isn't in the book.
No, I know.
I don't
not
think.
literally, but whatever the closest.
Yeah, basically. It's about he like outsmarts somebody, and then don't quote me on this because I might be conflating two or more of the stories. But I believe at the end he is caught and executed in the streets.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that's something. Question mark.
Yeah, a lot of those stories are real weird.
I didn't think I'd have to put so much work into
See.
making people want to play imaginary games with each other.
I mean, you don't. If the one guy wants to leave, then maybe he should leave if he's not enjoying it.
Yeah, but then, I don't know.
What day does this happen on?
Funny enough, Mondays.
Okay.
And as I say this, someone from that group will somehow find Tony's recordings and listen to this and be like, damn it, Kevin's complaining.
I'll send it to them to
No,
sabotage
no.
your Monday game so you can join mine instead. Because I need one player. One. And I don't want it to be a particular type of person.
Me got it.
Actually, no, you would be fine. Do you want to play, Kevin?
Maybe I don't know what
You
kind
don't
of.
do anything else. Just play.
Not doing anything else
It
isn't a
is-
good reason to necessarily do something.
It's a
But-
campaign based in one town.
Okay.
And the idea is it's like smaller scale than most adventures. So it's about interpersonal relations and like things happening in this one particular area.
So, like, why did Uncle Joe Bob slap that kid on his behind in the back alley?
Right now, so what
That was specific.
in this world, noon is quantified by when the sun passes past the static moon, the moon that doesn't move in the sky. And during the last festival, which is called Scuttletide, where the crowd is like the town is covered in crabs for like 3 days.
Sick.
During Moonshadow, which is the noon equivalent, even though it happens at like 1:30ish, something stole a bunch of people's bones from the inside of their bodies. And left trinkets in them.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, so like that's one of the things that happened recently. There was a cat who had its skeleton. Nobody's harmed by this, even if the bone is like somebody had one of their vertebrae removed. They still function normally, normally as in without pain or injury, but like they lose the functionality of their spine, right? So that person is paralyzed now. There's a cat who had its entire skeleton removed, and its owner just carried it around in a boot. It's like a cat puddle. So that's one of the wacky adventures you'll see there. Whoa.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And what time frame has this happened over? Because I kind of got the impression this was in a day.
That was in Moon. Like this is by the way, just a little lore tidbit. Moonshadow is also when you have duels. So there's a bridge that you go on, and when the bridge is completely encompassed in shadow, you shoot each other. Just a fun fact. But this is over like 10 minutes.
What the fuck?
Yep.
All right, that's unique. If nothing else.
It was great because the cultural tradition on Scuttletide during Moonshadow is theft is legal. Anything you can steal and not get caught from, or like caught stealing while Moonshadow is happening, becomes legally yours.
So it's like the Purge.
It's like the Purge, but only for stealing. There's like no violence allowed, right? It's like it's more like you steal trinkets from each other to prove that you could. Nobody really does it to do anything malicious until somebody started stealing bones.
Wait, like somebody stole bones? Like
Yeah.
from a person?
From my players.
Haha,
they
I got
reached-
your femur.
Yeah, they reached into their body and took their rib from 2 of my players, and I tried to steal a vertebrae from another player's spine, but they succeeded the check.
Yikes.
Yep.
I mean,
You might not have been here, but they stole an entire cat skeleton, and its owner, this like kid named Arnold, was carrying it around in a boot, like a puddle.
I mean, cats are basically liquids anyways, so...
That was the joke. Yeah. That was the whole point.
I mean,
Oh, good
I don't
stuff.
know. I'm open to it. It sounds really weird.
Okay. There is a lot of weird things happening, but it's like vaguely like fishing town pirate-esque,
Okay.
but without the shipness.
Without the shipness.
You get what I mean.
Yeah, I guess. What the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah. That's just one weird detail. Dragonflies shoot lasers there? I don't know, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hear more about this.
Alright.
If you hear banging sound, it's my cat running through the door. Like over and
like
over.
one of the cat door things to the
Yeah.
guest room.
I put in. There's one in my bedroom, and then there's one in the office, and then there's one on my mother's bedroom. But the one I put on her bedroom is much nicer than the ones I got for the cat, because I was just, I want a little one that the dog can't get through. But the bigger one swings very quietly, and more importantly, it's a 90-degree turn, so she can't charge full speed into it. But the one going into where I'm at now, she has a whole hallway to pick up speed. She hits that thing so fucking hard, she shattered it once. I had to
Oh my
bolt it
God.
back together, like put a bolt and a nut to actually screw it down to keep it on the door. So,
Is she okay? Is her skull
Doesn't
not
have brain
cracked?
damage?
she seems okay.
Jesus Christ.
but she hits it full speed, and like the door opens, but it's a plastic door. It's not like, you know, the rubbery material. So
Yeah.
like it's still hitting a piece of plastic on a hinge at Mach 6 or whatever cats go. Anyway, is everybody back?
Yep.
The battle has ended.
Edwards isn't here.
Yeah, no, I'm not here.
The creatures around you are either satiated or dismembered. What do you do now, if anything?
Tell me a little more about the rest of the suits of armor over there in the corner.
So, getting closer now, before you had learned that these were of a matching set. They had similar stylizations and design. They don't match Ren's armor. They don't have symbolism that you would associate with the Knights of Solamnia.
Solamnia.
But they are consistent. They have various symbols on them. Tell me, what languages do you speak? Why doesn't everybody take this chance? Go ahead and roll out your languages there.
What language they speak? Yeah. Oops, nope, that's me.
There's a lot
You
of
have to.
overlap.
You guys have to have more than one language. I don't think it's possible to only have one in D&D.
Yeah, I think they give you 2.
A lot of common.
Let's see.
Oh, yours are all split up.
So good news is, you recognize this as some form of language. This is a script that you're not familiar with, though.
Huh. I'll collect my sword before Bueller can eat it.
Bueller, luckily, is full.
So bad.
Well, I was also gonna drag the Mirodon's body to it, to the other ones.
They will pick it apart.
I would like to pet every one of them.
Make an animal handling check.
I've never been afraid of Ren before, like I
18.
am now.
He's just a friendly man.
As you make friends with
I like
these
dogs.
creatures, they will continue to follow you about the dungeon peacefully.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna emerge from this mine with like 1,000 rust monsters.
How many names do I need to come up with?
Just one. Just Bernard.
They're all Bueller.
Yeah, Bueller. That's what I meant.
I call
You,
them
you just
Buellers
call
from now
Bueller until like one shows up. The thing is, he never does.
on. Aw.
Blake knows that I should probably not put on this armor, but Blake also really wants to put on this armor.
It's actually sized pretty close for you, but there's something off. Many of them have maker's marks that are still visible. You see signs of tempering, like these were... I'll say that's about what you can learn with your skill set.
Okay.
I do like a history check to see if I recognize it at all from like something I would have seen in my studies.
Do a history.
I mean, I didn't say I paid attention in class, but there was definitely an open book in front of me.
You can confidently tell everyone that you've seen these symbols before, and as long as you don't elaborate any further, you won't be lying.
So what we have to do next is Arthanos or I has to walk up and immediately actually recognize for what it really is. Say so much, and then Nova would be like, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like
I mean, if you insist. One of us paid attention in class.
Arthanos,
Nerd.
you recognize this as the primordial script.
I love this game.
And with a 27, specifically, you think this is Terran.
yeah, it's Terran.
Christ. Alright, and now putting that together with the whole "this is totally a dryad, I swear" thing, do I know of any specific primordial elemental creature that is, metal related and earth, that isn't, a rust monster or something, which I don't think is primordial.
Make another nature check.
I think I typed a creature name last session that would fit this perfectly.
Is a 17 good enough, though?
Would you like me to do better?
Please do. Beat me, you won't.
Alright, check this shit out.
I mean, I'll do it. I'm still blind.
An elemental creature that is known for working with metal, that has a planar influence like this, you would say reminds you of a Dao.
Hey, that's the thing I typed last session. I said Dao Riz, and that was it.
Yep. Well, suddenly I think maybe it's a rival of Big Rustaman up there.
Yeah. I am actively taking armor off, by the way.
What to put on the other armor?
Osborne, I don't think now's the time for a bath.
No, the armor. This actually is really the armor they issued me. It's another requisition form issue. They got it one size down, and it's been chafing. It's pretty rough. It's not great.
So putting on strange armor you find in a mine after being attacked seems like a good solution? Is this your first time out of the city?
You know, I actually have a shaping hammer if you want me to, bowl it real quick.
You wear a codpiece. It's one size too small. Tell me how you feel about it.
Nova's no longer interested in this conversation?
That was fast. Give me just a moment, and then I'm going to, as a ritual,
Naked.
cast this. That's the wrong fucking button. This.
Give me a moment, and he turns into another person.
Yeah, no. Try to detect if there's any magic coming from that shit.
Are you ritual casting, or are you burning up another
Yes,
slot?
ritual. I don't have any more.
Are you going to wait 10 minutes?
I thought you were.
Yes,
You're not
that's
going
why
to
I said give me a
identify it.
minute. Pardon?
You're not going to identify it.
I mean, I
That's
guess
what
I
he's doing.
Yeah.
could.
no,
That's a better idea. Let's use identify instead.
Are
I gotta
you
touch
going to wait 10 minutes, Osborne?
If he tells me what he's doing, yes.
So you're just standing there in your whitey tighties, just like...
Basically.
No, we spend our time analyzing the leftover armors to find the one that fits him best.
Sure, yeah, you pick one, I identify it.
So, who's picking?
I can identify all of them, it's just a matter of time.
Right, but I'm wondering who's picking.
Yeah.
Is it Osborne picking for himself, or is Ren picking for him?
I would like Ren to help me. Ren knows far more about this armor stuff than I do.
Okay, so Ren, as you're going through the armor, they all seem fit and about the right size for Osborne. You think long term, definitely gonna need some fitting and adjustments. But as far as like shaped metal goes, these probably would fit either of you pretty well. What you do notice, though, is there are imperfections in them. These look like attempts to make something that have failed. And still perfectly functional plate armor, but the minute errors that you find are the type of things that would only be cast aside if you were looking for a master craftsman's piece.
Like a perfect set.
Right, so you find, there's a very slight asymmetry on the breastplate. Still perfectly functional plate armor, but it's not perfect. You find one piece that the rivets are a little shallow. Again, perfectly good plate, but not perfect.
Okay. Can I try and do something?
Mm-hmm.
Can I salvage the perfect pieces from each of the sets?
Yep.
Make an...
Can I help him with this?
Yes, make a... Do you have anything for blacksmithing?
Yeah, I do. My mother was a blacksmith. I actually have Smith's proficiency.
Roll your Smith's tools.
Did we ever
With
talk about
advantage.
downtime? I wanted to make my own plate armor.
I don't remember that. If we did, then I've forgotten.
Boy, awesome.
Okay, yeah, but so my mother became a blacksmith to make my grandfather's armor so he wouldn't die. He was a Knight of Solamnia. And so then when I asked her to make me armor when I became a squire, she told me to do it myself and that I was lazy. and so that's why I want to do that.
Okay, so real question, Austin, because you have these very colorful, like little antidotes for everything. Are you coming up on the spot with these, or is this like a full book that you have on Ren?
That one was planned because I had always planned for my mom to be a blacksmith so she could save my grandfather from dying by making him his armor, which
Okay.
didn't happen, and he died, and then she became a horseshoer, which is why my last name is Farrier. But she knows a lot about it now, and so she wanted me to learn, so she said that this is just half making stuff up on the spot and half loosely like planned things that I fill out as it comes.
Yeah, I thought farrier meant your mom was a barge.
I don't know if it's Farrier or Farrier, but it means you make horseshoes.
That's fair.
Barrier.
Yeah.
With a 21, you find some very, very, we'll say, master tier plate when you start assembling them together. It looks at first like they're kind of piecemeal, but once you actually array them all out, you find 2 pristine, clean, masterwork level crafted sets.
I would use these. There's like small imperfections on some of the other pieces, but if we take the perfectly made ones from all of the sets and rearrange them, it's kind of like that thing where you can cut a banana up and then take a piece out of the middle and rearrange it so it looks like a full banana. I look like he knows exactly what I'm talking about, that everyone had to learn how to do that when they were kids.
I nod like I know exactly what he's talking about, even though not everyone had to do that when they were kids.
Yeah, so these should be as close as you can get to master crafting as far as plate mail goes.
Well done, thank you, Ren.
Arthenos.
Yeah.
What you determine is these are primed. Primed essentially means that these are magic. They are equipped. They're already infused with a basic level of magic so that they can receive an additional enchantment. They are magical in a very strict sense, but they don't really have any planned effects yet. You know, they're still in the molding phase.
They'd be rune receptive.
Yes, they would effectively be about 50% cheaper and easier to enchant.
Like if somebody knew the worm rune, bum bum bum.
Well, that's convenient. Obviously, I'll pass that along.
I am back.
I'm halfway dressed when he tells me this. Yes, good. Thank you, Arthenos.
They don't seem harmful. They seem usable right now, so as long as they're
I
not rusting.
will also change to plate mail.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. You can do so.
I do want to attach the. I don't know if you guys have seen official art of the Knights of Solomnia, but they all have blue capes. So I'll attach that in there somewhere.
This is just straight plate, right, Tony? It's not like +1 or anything.
Just plate.
Okay.
It could be receptive to future enchantments if you had somebody that could do so.
Excellent.
I think I know somebody.
I heard of somebody, but
Wait, what is my armor class now? 21.
Mine's 18.
I have a +1 shield.
Every time I see that is when I go like, man, maybe I should just get rid of the pole arm and go back to,
I have a green shield right here.
I know. And then I'd have to really beg the, because man, I have pole arm master and I've got all these things. And
Took the
Depends what you
Polearm
wanna do.
Master Sentinel combo.
Yeah, if Polearm Master is great because high damage output, and you really feel like it's got great economy. You've got to use for everything that you can do on your turn.
Yep.
Anyways, that's what you learn. What are you guys doing now?
Well, I suppose we need to go deeper in, yeah?
Were we resting enough for a short rest?
Say again.
Were we doing all this long enough for a short rest?
You'll have to spend a little bit more time if you want a short rest.
Would love a short rest.
I had planned on it.
Okay, yeah.
I will attempt to organize the Buellers during the short rest.
I will pull out a little bit of wine, a nice little cheese spread, a little bit of hard, like a full-on charcuterie plate.
I'm gonna say it. As I've grown up, charcuterie boards fucking slap. They're so good.
Right, of course. Like, who's gonna say no to like a bunch of cheese?
It's cheese and like fruits and meat, and that's all I want.
Crackers, and sometimes there's a little bit of jam.
One of the vendors I work with, they sent for Christmas like these, like to each of us, they sent like our own board, and it was just like such good cheese and like sausages, so delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
These sausages.
Everybody loves a good sausage.
Don't Count Lavinia comes back on her short rest, doesn't it?
For paladins, I think so.
I think it does.
I think
Yeah,
for
that's
clerics it
Clerics
doesn't.
is long rest,
No, I think clerics is long rest, but they get more.
Yeah, they
Paladin-
get like 2 or whatever.
Yeah, paladins only get 1, but it comes back on a short rest.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
I get action surge and second wind back.
You know, I forgot I have uncanny dodge.
Yeesh.
That doesn't surprise
Then-
me.
Oh yeah,
I
you're on
realized
flat now.
I was blinded, so it didn't matter.
I'm so sorry.
What does uncanny dodge do, Yami?
Halves an attack.
Oh yeah.
You can
I
use a
can see.
reaction to take half damage from an attack you can see. Specifically an attack, so it doesn't work on like, spells
okay.
or AoEs or whatever.
Okay, so we short rest.
Wait, I have 20 constitution. Holy shit, I have 20 constitution.
Yeah,
The fuck?
healing a lot.
Oh
Drink
yeah,
a potion.
I got poisoned.
I mean, aside from there being tracks on the ground, we don't really know which way to go next, right?
I'd say we just follow the tracks.
The path
That's-
does seem to descend deeper into the mines following the tracks.
I follow the tracks.
I'm gonna have my cat fly around just like slightly. See if there's anything immediately visible.
You head further into the mines. Several more minutes bring you deeper and further, and you feel a new heat and smell the metallic scent of a forge. Drifting closer and closer, you begin to hear the sounds of metal moving, grindstones churning, and the sounds of a hammer shaping steel.
Did he mention that someone was working in these mines?
Not that I'm aware of, but I wasn't there.
No, I think all he said was people weren't able to bring any ore out, what have you. I'm sure it's not someone connected to
But
Roost.
isn't that the sound, like, doesn't that sound like someone is, like, using a hammer and an anvil, right?
I can hear something up there, yeah?
Yeah, it sounds like home.
So should we maybe try to proceed with a little more caution, maybe be a little sneaky?
As Ren and
Like-
Osborne,
like-
yeah, sound like you're dragging pots and pans down the hallway.
Like, would that be prudent?
I
Here
think
to
it makes sense.
We can
Sure.
try.
Whoever it is, so
But when we find the Dryad, we should just try and talk to her.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But we don't know what's,
Instead of sneaking up on them.
maybe just scouting to make sure we know what we're getting into, instead of, just diving head for it first, which has so far somehow worked out most of the time for us.
Can't we just let the cat do that?
Oh yeah.
Hi, or Noah keeps getting your here. I'm gonna point at Gex.
Holy shit.
Perhaps you should do it.
I kind of grumble.
Why not both?
Okay, the cat's sitting on Gex's head.
Buddy system.
I feel like I have
Just
a
like me and
mic.
the Buellers. Right, Buellers? I turn around.
There are 6
Rust
rust
monsters.
monsters.
Right.
What'd you say,
Uh,
Yanni?
Nova definitely does not is not anywhere near Ren and the monsters. There's always at least 2 people between us.
They're just like metal dogs. Metal eating dogs, excuse me.
That have giant fucking
Mandibles.
antenna
Yeah.
mandibles.
Nope.
I've known dogs that have mandibles.
You?
No,
Yeah, I think so.
I lied to you. Nova told me to practice.
I said
Osborne gives Nova a disappointed look.
Yeah, just look at her, like, shake your
I
head.
didn't say practice lies. I said practice maybe just stretching the
Creative
truth.
truths.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
See, that's what I did when you said you lied, or when I said you told me to lie. I think.
Ren is so much better at this than he pretends. He plays the fool so good.
You leave Ren out of this, Nova. Are we trying to be stealthy? Are we sending the goblin and the cat?
Yeah.
I would like to let Yami do the thing he wants.
Oh yeah, Yami, what did you say?
I said Gex has a migraine.
Oh,
She's getting bit, dropped multiple times, flashbang.
Maybe Kex sits this one out then.
okay. Well, I mean, like, I'll do the thing where I can see through my cat's senses.
Wait,
Okay.
Cat'll.
none of us can heal.
I mean, I can.
I can heal myself.
You can heal, you just don't know you can.
Yeah, I just don't know I can yet.
So
Is
you-
Gex beat up? It doesn't look like it.
He's
Well, he got a short rest, didn't he?
Yeah. Did you not use any hit dice, Yami?
I did.
Oh,
It's
okay.
3.
I used 3 of them.
the
So you're just role playing. What?
Fuck is that?
fucking nerds, I swear to God.
Yeah.
So you're sending the cat forward?
Sure. If Gex isn't going.
Is that true? Everybody agree?
Let the
Sure.
cat go.
Gex isn't going, yeah.
Okay.
The cat moves forward. Make a stealth check for the cat.
18. Now, is it quieter to fly or walk? Because it's doing whatever's quieter.
I think cats walk softer than they fly, but that's just me.
See, the Tressum looks like it has like hawk wings, which
yeah, I
are
would
not
assume that
silent.
there's some flapping sound.
Yeah.
So
Maybe if it was owl based, which I would allow. But either way, it stalks forward, and only another couple of 100 feet, it emerges into a large chamber supported by wooden stanchions. The supports here reveal a room that is crude with cutaways leading to multiple passages, railways, tracks that lead into different areas, some of them coming to an abrupt stop. In the center of this area, there is a large creature. She is working at a forge, but she's easily 8.5, maybe even 9 feet tall. Has a very burly build and wears these sort of tattered red silken gowns that seem to sweep out behind her as she makes these massive swings of her hammer as she continues to work the forge and anvil out pieces of steel. This would probably represent what you had anticipated to see with a Dao.
okay, so I do think it's a Dao. And it's the only thing, or she's the only thing in the room.
Yeah, there
Like,
are
the
no
only
other
living
creatures, but this
Yeah.
appears to be a functional forge. Most of the pieces look like they're made out of stone and iron that's been semi-crudely crafted together. So the forge itself is actually pretty massive. Some of these pieces are much bigger than like a human forge would be. But they look
Okay.
like they were made here. Everything looks native to this chamber.
Okay, well, I mean, It doesn't look like there's any imminent danger aside from her if she attacks, but it's
Nothing
otherwise
else that you see.
safe. Okay. Cat will come back, and I'm gonna share all that with everybody. Just say, I think perhaps we should just go ahead and talk to it.
Yeah, I'm all for talking. I don't really. That last fight was intense.
What do you mean? Barely felt anything.
I give you a side eye.
I'm a piece of shit.
Dude,
I know.
I kick your shin.
Grab it and start hopping. Yeah. No, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be no violence. Doesn't seem aggravated, at least. She doesn't.
Should
If you
we
play your
start-
cards right, maybe she'll want to buy you too.
I don't know if that's better or worse. Or...
Oh, did we find the dryad? Sorry, I disassociated a little bit. Oh, I went to the
It's not a
bathroom. What
dryad.
happened?
Stop feeding all the little. What did you call them? Boulders.
Euler?
All right, listen. Leave the Brandons here. She's working.
Their
with-
name is Bueller.
Roll up with all of them.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Say his name, Nova.
Fucking nerds. Ren.
No, I think Ren's bad, actually.
Yeah, what's up? Sorry.
I'm just saying, if she's working with metal and you do something with metal and horses, I can't remember. I can't be expected to remember all your backstories. Maybe you should start the conversation and find common ground.
You just expect me to walk in there and say my compliments to the smith and just like catwalk in?
I mean, I feel like that's what you do in most situations.
Okay, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is a resource that could be used. Right? That's why we're here.
Right,
This really is fantastically made. Even if this is the,
If this is
defective products.
Yeah, I don't know much about smithing, and not nearly as much as you, Ren, but if this is the throwaway, this is what they're willing to throw away. Think of what this could do for arms and armaments for our men.
Honestly, I would just like to see the finished product.
See, go in there with that attitude, make a friend, and then maybe we all get out of here before,
We could give whoever it is a place at the capital. So
We
Right.
could use a smith, yeah.
Perhaps you don't bring Bueller's, the Bueller's.
no, I would definitely suggest leaving the rust eating or
Okay.
that creep behind.
I squat down and I look at the Buellers and I say, all right, Bueller, I don't want to do this, but you can't come with us.
Are you gonna throw rocks at him like every fucking shitty
No, no, but this was a callback. I need you to stay here, okay?
I don't want
I
to
swear I'll come back for you. And I pet the little Buellers on their, carapace?
You pet him, and Bueller tries to take a bite out of your gauntlet.
I know it's hard to say goodbye. I love you, Bueller.
He is not successful. But he continues to chase your fingers around. Like when puppies, like you play with them and they're yeah.
I take one of the shoulder scraps from the armor earlier, one of the defective ones, and I put it on Bueller's head like a little helmet. And I say, that's a snack for the road.
You try to do the thing like when you put cheese on dog's nose. Where he gets cross-eyed and locks up for a minute and then tries to "Rah!"
He's attacked by 5 other rust monsters. It's gory. No, he's fine. You can place a little helmet on him, and you can head to down the chamber. Anybody going with you?
Stay safe, Bueller.
Yeah. Are we all going?
Weighing my options, either getting my gear eaten or going to Big Lady, Fire Lady.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna
big
hang
lady.
back until I realized all the
Rust monsters were back here.
Can you describe her again? I was in the bathroom.
She is a probably 8.5, 9 foot tall, large creature. She has dark skin and is wearing these red, tattered silk garments that are just kind of free flowing as she works a forge. She has a very muscular physique.
I
Oh, no,
forgot
Austin,
that
is
Brennan
this-
likes big women. You keep those elbows to yourself, buddy.
Yeah. Eyes up here. Quit looking at her ankles.
I don't know what you mean.
You mentioned the giant last time.
She was a half giant. I go into the chamber.
Is everyone going?
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like it.
All right. So you enter the chamber. As you make your way, not making any obvious attempts to sneak or hide yourself, when you get to within about, 30 feet, you seem to catch her peripheral vision. And she will set the hammer down by her side and turn towards you slowly.
I would like to go to my knees and then full bow on the ground. Please allow me to see your masterpiece.
Is this a sex thing?
Yeah.
No, I
look
really
at Ren,
want to see her armor.
I look at Ren a little confused. I look at her and. Hello. Do you speak common?
She makes a semi-obvious effort to conceal rolling her eyes at you.
Mm-hmm.
And she turns her head towards Ren. And she says, "Somewhere in these mines, there is a masterpiece yet to be found." And she looks back towards you, Osborne, and says, "Yes."
Excellent. The work we've seen is beautiful. It's wonderful. I've never seen anything like this. I hope you don't mind that we picked through your scraps, or at least what I assume was.
Her rolling of the eyes is not as subtle this time, and she says, "You have seen but the barest hint of greatness. You may keep these relics if you wish, but they are..." And she lets out this exasperated sigh. "Incomplete."
But that's my point. If this is what you're willing to throw away, this is better than any armorist in the military that where I come from. This is incredible work. It was a compliment to you that this was what you were throwing away, not an insult.
I do not think you meant to insult me. I think that your standards are so low.
I agree.
Your people were never gifted with the forge, even before the cataclysm.
If you had told me that a week ago, I would have told you that Frednos was one of the best smiths I've ever met, and now I realize that seeing your work, he's a child.
Make a persuasion check.
You flirt, you.
Osborne is the charismatic one.
What's that?
I said Osborne is the charismatic one.
Yep, and
Yeah.
no one else. No other charisma at all.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh.
You have more than I do.
Yeah, but I have prepared so well. This,
I haven't rolled over like a 5 this game, so here we go.
You use your charisma to tear people down.
Anybody,
You know what?
anybody have an inspiration?
I want this to be a thing, and I'm willing to pay up big for it.
What
I
you pay?
gave mine to Yami, so he's got one.
So I have a fate die for when I recolored Nova's hair.
This is what we're using it for?
Thanks again.
Absolutely.
27.
Osborne gets
Your
a
words
Amazon.
ring out, and she seems dismissive the first couple of times, but at this third attempt, she does let a crack of a grin form on her side as she turns away from you. She grabs a towel off of the nearby bench and dabs it at her brow, and she says, "All right, you are laying it on thick, but I am not unamused. You are treating with me, so I assume that you did not accept Rustamane's proposal to capture me.
I told him no. Straight up.
I think the enslavement of an intelligent being is abhorrent.
She says, sorry, give me 1 second.
Nope, you're good.
She says, abhorrent.
Yes.
I'll admit it has not been kind to me. But I am hopeful for the future.
Are you Are you enslaved now?
No. Rustamane has used my kind as his servants for many centuries. We
I
are
see.
good at, and she gestures around the mines, shifting earth and shaping metal. The animosity between our races has fueled his mistreatment of our kind.
And what are your races?
She says, I am a Dao, the most noble of Jinn.
So
I'll
not
write that down.
Is that true? Are they the most noble of Jinn?
Jinn.
Sorry, she would actually be more specific. She would say she is the most noble of genies. She would say, make a history check, Arthanos. I
That checks
mean, she said
Can
it
I
with a
make-
lot of confidence.
Okay.
You want to make
Checks
one as
out.
well?
Yeah.
Go ahead. She said it with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
All right, now Gex.
She says, Rustamane is a Jinn.
I see.
I don't know what either of those things are. I'm sorry.
They're like genies.
But do
Or
I?
are genies.
I don't know what a genie is.
She just made the distinction. Forgive us. This is not my area of expertise, and I do not mean to offend, but Jinn and genies, from what you've just said, are different races.
Genies represent many of the great elemental spirits. My soul is fused from earth. It is stronger. It is more nurturing. His soul is fused from wind. It is fickle and clumsy. And it knows an insatiable greed.
I see. And you've been here. You moved in recently. You've been here first.
I was bound here to a tree. A tree infused with a gem meant to control me. But so it would happen, the gem could not be contained. And the tree shattered, freeing me. And so I no longer have to serve Rustamane.
I see. But you choose to stay nearby.
Rustamane seeks to make quite a profit once he finds a way to harvest these mines. And so I have kept him at bay. My powers, my magic, my skills, bringing his entire operation to a stop. And she smiles, genuinely gleefully, although with a little bit of malice to her. And she says, he must be so infuriated.
From my understanding, he was upset. What are your goals long term, though? It's not to stay here, I assume. Is it just to stymie Rustamane?
No, obviously she wants to make more masterpieces.
No, I understand that, but that is
Oh,
can be
sorry.
done anywhere.
I
would.
you can't
love-
actually.
Oh, okay.
I would love to craft a perfect masterpiece still. It is how I spend most of my time. And I would love to torment him forever.
Stay.
What I want most is vengeance. He has enslaved me and my people for centuries. And I want nothing more than to return the favor. Is my desire so abhorrent still?
Tony, could you make a persuasion check with her character sheet if she has one?
Yeah, I'm there.
Because Rin does not like slavery, but he does like dramatic irony.
Yep. Osborne is a medieval cop, so you know.
Sorry, looking. Okay. Actually, I was being snarky because I kind of felt like that's how she would be.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, she doesn't speak common.
Oh,
But she does
Oh.
know tongues, so
Okay.
she can speak whatever she needs to. So she
Ah.
probably wouldn't have given you that that initial like looking down on you for thinking that she didn't know common. She probably would have been a little bit more cordial there. That's my fault.
She would have looked down at you because you're human.
yeah, because I'm half her height. Yeah,
I'll roll an insight.
Roll
I
it.
don't need to. My
This is
DC
what I
was
was going to
my
do.
DC was 15.
Oh, you just said it? Oh, yeah, that's good enough for me. My DC would be 16 if we went with passive, so it works either way.
Well, I just set a number that would be. I figured because Osborne would like the ironic punishment, and he is getting angrier and angrier at this Rustamon the more he hears. If that makes sense. And so, but the balance of his abhorrence of slavery versus that, I figured 15 was a reasonable DC.
Yeah. Ren will say, if you had the gem that he was using to enslave you, could you turn it on him somehow?
My magic is not the same as his, but yes, I could craft something that would do that job.
A masterpiece?
She gives a small nod and says, "Not the same as what I had intended, but something expert nonetheless. Do you have the gem?"
We all
I'm already holding it above my head.
Is this one of the moments I should try and lie? Oh, there's the gem.
Place it on my bench, please.
I'd like to talk to you about the future.
She raises an eyebrow. And as she does so, Gex, if you comply, she starts to carve out sand and out of a molding
Making-
box.
Yeah. There is, and again, forgive me if I'm bless you. Forgive me if I'm being ignorant. Do you know much of the ongoings outside of your mountain, outside of your mine?
Bits and pieces.
Have you heard of the dark tide coming?
Sorry, what's up?
I said, have you heard of the dark tide that has been falling across this land?
I understand there is a conflict.
Oh, this is beyond a conflict. I understand that I am sure that a conflict between nations of us, humans, elves, would hold no interest to you, but this is beyond that. There is an army marching under the banner of the Dragon. Oh, I keep forgetting. Did we hear it called the Dragon Queen?
Yes, they
Yeah.
referred to her as the Dragon Queen. Technically, anything that refers to the Dragon Queen's army or the Dragon Army is going to be accurate.
Marching under the banner of the Dragon Queen. And they seek exactly that, to enslave and ensnare all the races in front of them. All the kingdoms fall, all the civilizations snuffed out, and brought under heel to her. And so far they're succeeding.
I don't want to contradict you, Osborne, but she does stand to gain something from the conflict. Instead of Rustamon making the money, couldn't she make the money instead?
Well, that's the point I'm making. Where we're going.
Oh, okay.
But I was appealing to your better nature,
I was appealing to money.
which would be part of it. But I was laying the groundwork there.
She keeps her eyes and her attention focused on the mold she's creating, and she says, "What has Rustamane offered you in return for capturing me?"
Do you remember the contract details? I whispered everybody else.
I wasn't there.
Oh,
I from the mine. That was the main thing, honestly.
I would like to ask that you keep the mine. You profit from it. You run it as your own business, and you help us, sell us arms, armaments, whatever you feel like creating. If this is the basis of your work, it will help us tremendously. And keeping a resource such as this out of their hands, of course, would help those around us, and help ensure your freedom moving forward.
and we might even be able to provide materials you couldn't get elsewhere, maybe? Like animal furs, things like that?
If you were to work for us, we of course
Not
would
for us, with us.
Well, yes. Of course we would see supplies to you.
Also, can I watch closer? Sorry.
She pauses and looks up, sort of directly at the ceiling, in deep thought. And there's probably a good 60 seconds that goes by before she says anything. If no one stops or interrupts her, she'll finally break and say, "There was a time I would be offended by such a deal with mortals. But hatred and desperation has stripped me of that pride. Allow me to put this Jinn to work for us. Allow me to give him the justice that he deserves. And I will promise you the bounty of this mine. I will even help you and yours learn how to smith steel as I do."
Rin looks almost like he's about to vibrate.
I was about to say, do we hear the ping?
Ding! Yeah. My codpiece is also a size too small.
That is beyond generous. If I can ask you, beyond that, what do you desire? What can we bring you? I truly am sorry that you've been enslaved and your people has been treated this way. It's horrendous.
Upon the surface, I can make many deals to gather mundane items and others of this plane that I do not have access to here. The spoils of this mine will surely cover the costs. If I were to approach Rustamane now, I would have difficulty. The closer I come to him, the more of his lingering influence still binds me. But, and you see her further into the process as she begins to finish out the mold and start to break down a very calloused metal. And as she works it in, you can tell it's not iron or steel or any of the other common ores that you've seen. She just says, all I need is for you to take this and bind him with it. And as she's fitting the cast together and getting ready to pour the mold, you see that broken into the mold are the chunks of stone, the gem that you had brought down here. And it seems to incorporate this metal as it washes over it. She closes the cask. It looks like a metal flask. And then our deal is struck.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Is that okay with you guys?
I mean, she doesn't seem to want to buy any of us, so I'm more inclined to go with her than that arse up there.
Well, she never said that explicitly. Maybe you still have a shot.
You're gonna just, like, look over to her. You don't want to buy any of us, do you?
I imagine one day I will work up the nerve to bring on more servants. But I am fit with just one for now.
Great.
Looking around, I see no servants.
She's talking about Rostamon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sure that this won't come back to bite us in the ass.
Right, this solves my problem, so I'm alright with it.
This does solve 2 problems.
Yep.
Servants all the way down.
Given a little time, the mold will cool, and she will basically empty it out, and you see that it has made this metal flask flexed with bits of particulate from the gem, and she sort of plants it into the earth, into the stone, as though it were, a plant. She spends a long series of moments chanting words over it and moving her hands in very ritualistic manners as she's shaping the earth around the flask. And after about 10 minutes, she finishes, and she looks paler. She looks like some of the color has been drained from her. She almost looks more gaunt than she did when she started the process.
Like she's been weakened.
Right. And she hands it over towards whoever will take it.
I think Arthano should take it since
Sure.
he's going to have to be the one
Oh,
to.
God.
Well, you're
Sneak it in.
As you go to take it, I'm already attached to it.
Listen, if you're all going to be slaves, right? Like, you definitely want to be first among the slaves.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Be
Hey,
the king of the idiots.
She had tongues cast to communicate with us, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we understood all of the chanting she just did?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but it's not sensical words.
Okay.
It's more like incantation.
Yeah. That had you for a second, though.
Yeah, no, I had
Through the
to
Tao
I had to
secrets.
think of a reason not to give you an entire 10-minute long ritual.
I didn't want the ritual. I was just curious what it was about.
She's enchanting it.
Yeah.
That much would have been obvious to you.
So this is an iron flask.
Yes. It's basically coated with the particulate of the crushed gem that was meant to bind her. And when she finishes it, probably the last part of the ritual, the part that you would have heard clearly, is she actually unstoppers it and whispers the name. into it. This doesn't seem to whispers Rustamane's name into it before she seals it. This might not have necessarily been part of the ritual so much as a symbolic gesture of how she hopes you'll use it.
Oh,
But yes, it is an iron flask.
Kinda
That
cool.
reminds me, did she say what her name was?
Yes, she did, and
Okay.
fuck, where is it?
Just want to make sure we weren't having this like whole fucking conversation without having asked her name.
Yeah, see, here's the
If it's
thing.
just me forgetting, that's fine.
I did mention it because I know I had to actually look it up in the notes, but I already closed the document. I think it was Armane, again, because I
Okay.
like acronyms.
Jamiroquai, got it.
Generiquil.
Jamiroquai.
Okay.
You don't like that
Jamiroquai
name.
is the NyQuil brand that Jamiroquai put out.
Fucking Christ.
I'm going to go ahead and make that canon because I'm going to have to go back to the podcast.
What?
Where it was.
Jamiroquai?
No, Armane.
Oh, okay.
Like, the base word is armor, right? Like, I like
Right.
Yeah.
acronyms.
Right.
Armani.
Like,
Armor.
I have the naming skills of, like, J.K. Rowling.
Tony, I take every one of the fucking names for my characters from one of the FromSoft series. Like, probably worse.
So you are, she gives you over this flask, and she, when you go to take it from her, she'll actually clasp her hands around you. And, you know, she's huge compared to you. Her hands are massive. And she just squeezes them tight over it and says, "Please make this right."
Wait, that's the intention.
She releases you, and again, looking a little bit withered by the experience, she falls into a large stone chair by one of her tables. And she says, "I will
Are you
know-
alright?
Yes. I will know when it is finished and visit the surface then. Until then, I must rest. You may feel free to use my quarters."
So do we
Ooh.
make him touch it, or
I think we should have told you that the dragon army's coming down here in a couple hours.
Hours?
I don't think it was a couple
Oh,
hours.
like 18?
Late tomorrow. Because it wasn't like the middle of the night when we went into the mine, right?
No, it was probably like early, middle of the evening.
Okay, and how long has it taken to get here, approximately?
A little less than an hour.
Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure how deep it was.
Well, anyways, they're gonna be on their way. I don't know if they're coming through the same way we came or if there's another entrance. But I figured you should know about it.
I have left the mines open to lure more of Rustamane's misfortunate. I conceal them if necessary until we have a control of the situation above.
Okay, great.
And as the goblin said, how exactly do we use this on him? It's just get him to touch it?
No, nothing so crude as his magic. She says, "You can remove..." No, she says you can use the action to remove the flask stopper and release the creature the flask contains. If the target is native to a plane of existence other than the one you're on, the target must succeed on a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw or be trapped in the flask. You just have to speak its command word, targeting a creature that you can see within 6 feet of you, and she'll explain that in common nomenclature.
And then if you let it out and you know its name, you have control of it for like an hour. Is that right?
Yeah, all the way down.
Yeah.
So we
Which
capture him.
includes putting it back in because you can make it fail its save. I
Yeah.
think.
so it
Something like
could
that.
fail initially?
Yes,
Yeah.
but it doesn't exhaust.
Yeah, you can just use it again.
Same way that I told you when you could have used it on her. You just had to keep touching her with it. This is it souped up to its final form.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the last campaign, I had one of these, and all I did was try and suck up Lady Laurel Silverhand into a flask.
You did. Dick.
Did it work? I don't even remember.
I don't think so. I pulled too many punches that last fight. I really expected the Rakshasa to do more.
It really didn't. I kind of just. What did I throw at it? A goat?
It might have been. Anyways, does anyone have any other conversation for her, or are you ready to make your way back to the surface?
If she wants, I will ask her what she meant by there's a mastery somewhere in this mountain. Did she mean metaphorically, like somewhere the materials are here that she'll craft into one? Or is there one last here from the...
She knows, she has all the materials she can make, she can craft for the rest of her life. Somewhere out there is a creation of hers that will be perfect. She just hasn't made it yet. And again, like, the imperfections... Go ahead.
Perfect inside of it.
Sorry, go ahead one more time.
Is it like somewhere in this mine there's a block of metal with perfection sitting inside of it?
Yeah. She just has to find it, shape it, and perform it, and that's something she definitely wants. I was going to say something else. I don't remember what I was going to say.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I mean, are we moving back out now, or are we staying the night here to rest?
I suggest we take a bit of a rest, because it's not like if we came in and it's like sort of late evening, then we take a long rest. We can get out like early in the morning, maybe sneak in and speak the command word while he's sleeping. I don't know. Do fucking genies sleep? Is that a thing, Tony? Does Arthanos know?
Yes, genies do sleep.
Okay.
The only thing she will comment on, she'll say, "Be careful. He always knows more than you expect."
All right. Well, that's worrying. But yeah, I don't know. It's just taking a long rest, getting back up there when some of us aren't a goblin with a migraine. Get rid of the migraine, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm fine with that. If we do stay, I think Osborne will kind of do the same thing he did in the hut, the gnome's hut, and try to bring her into the conversation and get her to, like, and just sharing anecdotes, stories about life, you know what I mean? Like, trying to make her feel inclusive. It sounds like she's had a really isolated, really lonely and traumatic life, and that's awful. And Osborne is not a huge fan of that.
She doesn't really warm up to it, but she is courteous enough, and it's hard to say if that's because she enjoys it or because she just feels obligated.
Yeah, they'll just keep going.
But she'll stay along for a little while, but she does make an effort to retire relatively soon, probably within the next hour or so. She still looks exhausted.
Yeah, like he'll share wine and ask her if she wants any of the food, and very congenial and welcoming. He's not trying to force her into anything.
Yeah,
just
not
trying
pushy. Just just
personal. Trying to make her. It sounds like she has been a slave for centuries, and he's just trying to show her some like general kindness. Hey, we're the good guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
I did that once to somebody at work. General kindness, and she burst out crying.
Oh
Because of the kindness, or because she interpreted it as sexual assault?
Oh, Jesus.
So she, I believe, put in her 2 weeks, and everyone was just being a piece of shit to her. And then I was just like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? We're gonna miss you." And then she just started crying hysterically. I'm like,
That didn't answer my question.
I don't think it was sexual at all.
Were you locked in an elevator saying, "I'm really gonna miss seeing you here"?
Were you looking at her breasts while you were saying it?
No.
Had you just hit the stop button on the elevator?
Did I have my pants on?
Yeah.
No.
Did you hit the stop button on the elevator and then say to her, "I don't want you to go"?
I think this is my cue to go.
Damn. All right. Well, anyways, that is the end of the session. We'll pick up next week with probably more uncomfortable conversation. And
Just so I don't forget, we long rested, right? Like we're getting a long rest.
Yeah. And all the ramifications of that.
Oh, good.
I want to try to craft a dagger with Ren's help, since I threw my other one away. See how that goes next session.
With what?
Exactly.
It is probably very doable after you have some time here. But we will pick up next week for the shenanigans.